All right. Well, getting you caught up, Laura. I guess first, thank you guys for all joining me. The following the said tripping off the alarm, our good friend Delilah showed up with Raya. They had gotten separated while you guys were at the Liberation Force. They were Raya went to go talk with the other technomancers that were there, and that's where Raya or Delilah had linked up with us and had made her way to here to catch up. Um, the fight was a little bit drawn out because, due to setting off the alarm, 4 rooms enemies had all kind of converged on you at the same time. Um, we did get to see some cool abilities. So Delilah had one where it's a tri sort of orb explosion. So as long as the orbs are within range of each other, it's 3 separate explosions that go off. We also got to see Nia's control wind ability used into a confined space where she literally created a tornado in one room.
The next session we had to draw that back a little bit because
yeah, we were. I was.
It was still cool at the time, dude. It was great.
Yeah, I got reading and it was like, oh, at her current level, she can increase it 2, which gets it to like 10-mile-an-hour wind from ambient air versus the 75-mile-an-hour wind of the tornado.
The way that we were like RPing it was like if the hole was exposed in like the vacuum of space.
It was yanking them into the room.
It was like a whole deal.
It felt really cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah. The change made sense, though.
Following this, they had learned that 2 of the rooms were conversion rooms specifically for species that aren't insectoid in nature. They would have a swarm heart applied to them, which would forcibly convert their DNA into an insectoid one, which is how they created minor hive minds. The room where you guys had set off the alarm turned out to be a sort of like pumping room where it pulled essentially the life essence out of the planet into this room and then down below. Raya and Delilah had kind of surmised, based off of their computer check, that this was more than likely pumping directly into the minor hive mind in the floor below. Not wanting to alert the enemy of their presence and needing a recharge, the group had cleaned up one of the conversion chamber rooms and spent the night there, kind of recouping. The following morning is where last session picked up. Raya had some trouble sleeping, just kind of dealing with the emotional weight of what's happening to her planet and everything. So T had kind of come over and had a moment with Raya where he mentions kind of regretting not staying on the planet longer, but more or less these days he kind of views the celestial seas as his home. John also tried to help Riot and made a comment essentially that the planet's probably fucked even if they manage to save it, but they're going to try saving it.
A little nihilistic there.
Yeah, a little bit. T at least mentions that they can help prevent it from happening to any other worlds, which kind of helps with the whole situation. John had then kind of elected to take first watch, and he ends up projecting the den of his home on Verces as he ruminates about the relationship with his brother and everything, which kind of highlights Nia's mental connection because she brushes against John and he immediately directs his attention straight at her and stares at her, where it kind of has an interaction between them where John plays it off as a joke that being an android, whenever his mom gave birth, it was really hard to explain where he came from.
Oh yeah.
There was a little stare off after that. I remember that.
The next morning, T had set up a mental link with the group as they went to the pipe chambers to kind of take care of that. They managed to shut off the pumping as well as put their own lock on it, preventing anybody from turning it back on if they were to fail, or at least hoping for that. After this, they had made their way down into the bottom room, where they saw a large Hercules beetle type creature. It looked like...
That's like the one from Bug's Life? With the little...
Yeah.
It basically fought like a giant one of those.
Okay.
It was actually really cool.
Oh, where's he at? Right there. Looks sort of like that. The party, or T specifically, also saw that 3 of the sort of swarm-controlled members down in the basement here were part of his crew.
Yeah.
There was a Lashunta, a Formian, and a... Oh, what was the other one?
I don't remember. Wasn't it like something robotish, kind of?
No, they were all insectoid creatures.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There was... So there was Oscar Grim Reaper Tides, who was a Formian. Devil's Charm.
Oh yeah,
was
that
his
was
third
the
lieutenant.
one.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah, he was pretty.
And then the Volkarasu Fuming Zeph. Delilah had managed to cast Arguary to test whether or not it would be beneficial to them to take out the hive mind and still save these other ones, which she got the yes response, which meant she kind of directed everybody to focus on the hive mind as the fight went on. In that far wall there where the squiggly line is, there was this portal.
Oh yeah,
that was open.
Like the void, sort of black.
Yeah, so it looked like the blackness of space, but it wasn't sucking anything in. So Nia was very interested in it. The party still hasn't come to a conclusion on what it is, but at the moment it didn't look like it was causing any environmental hazards as far as like pulling anybody in or lack of oxygen or anything like that. It just looked like this sort of black emptiness on the wall there. The fight with the hive mind was a little concerning because at one point the hive mind activates its sort of like mental attack and it incapacitated part of the group for a couple rounds. While the party's not privy to it except for T, Rejuvenor had indicated that there was something that they should have had to help with this, but T was the only one that made eye contact and the only one that might have known what he was referring to, which unfortunately meant that another bout caused 2 other individuals to get stunned, essentially.
Yeah, so basically, when we first showed up on... What's it called? This planet? Castrovel. That we were given like these little headsets, basically, that would protect us from this very stun. And we were given them and everything. No one like realized that we never like put the 2 and 2 together. And Tucker was the only one on a meta level who like remembered, but like didn't also then share that with the rest. So like the whole fight was pretty rough. Like I think didn't Nia end?
Yeah,
Didn't you?
Raya for 2 rounds.
2 rounds, which that's rough, dude, because you don't get to do anything. Like, oh, it was rough, dude.
Then you take damage because there's an angry
It's like it just could have been so much easier, you know.
We made it through.
Yeah.
Relatively
I was gonna say I think only one person dipped into health points, so
yeah.
But
Still, though.
that's the only the second fight where anybody's gotten into health points, though.
Yeah.
Following finally bringing down the hive mind, the 3 members, as well as the 1 extra insectoid creature, all fell to the ground. Nia was able to confirm that the 3 members of T's crew were still alive, just unconscious. And that's where we would be picking up tonight's session. Nia and Glarb, I don't know if you had a chance or not. We did level up.
Oh, I was supposed to help.
That's right.
I got stuck.
I got sidetracked too.
I was going to help her level up because she had
Questions?
she
just
had
hadn't done
space
it.
stats. I was going to help her to speed run it, but I didn't. That's alright.
But kind of setting the scene, the room. Oh, the other thing I didn't write in my notes, although it was kind of graphic, is as soon as the hivemind was killed, a separate portal on the ground opened up where a large,
and the big old hand.
an
Right?
insectoid claw basically pierced through the Hercules beetle body and dragged it into that portal, and it closed immediately.
Yikes.
So, the room you guys are in is essentially a well lit, the only room in this whole sort of dungeon crawl that has been well lit. Sort of think of like a warehouse sort of vibe to it. There's a couple broken orbs which were amplifying the mental attack of the hive mind, and one dead Thray in a corner, and then the 3 members of T's crew. And then on that wall, that portal is still active.
On the wall?
Yeah,
This one over
yeah.
here? Okay. Sorry, I just realized on my thing I didn't have my boomerang equipped, so I'm just putting that on.
Yeah, we can take a break for a little bit if when I get the level up done. I got your guys' books updated already because you had leveled up by the time I went in to check.
Oh, so all this is updated for real? Oh, no shit, Don, for real?
Mhm.
Oh, thanks a lot, dude.
Yeah, I was updating Sparks's binder, and then when I closed hers, I refreshed the page, and you guys had just finished leveling up, so I went and did yours.
Okay.
Zara, I feel under.
I think we are good though, right?
Yeah, the table is your guys' at the moment, so
Okay.
there's nothing pressing you to do anything. You're
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we're all pretty curious about that portal.
okay.
Since there's no vacuum, does it seem dangerous?
Yeah, what's the vibe check on this?
Based off of your previous check, Nia, you get the vibe that it was related to drift travel, as far as like how the portal works. But you also know that it's
thing, basically, more or less.
more or less. She knows that it's similar on how the drift works, where you kind of open up, like contract space down, and you travel through a separate realm to get to another point significantly faster. You're also privy to, obviously, this is the void. So this looks like a portal through the void to some unknown location.
So sticking my arm in, say, would probably still not be a good idea.
Dude, I like the idea that your eyes kind of go black out a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, are you reaching out to it? Like trying to touch it, or stick your arm in, or...
She's gonna... Nia will reach out and press her palm against it to see if she can, like, get a vibe almost.
Okay. If you've seen Stargates, it's kind of works like that, where it's like almost like a membrane, where like it's... You can tell that to like break through, you have to put a little bit more pressure than like kind of just touching it.
Oh, so you like break through
So
the film
it's like almost like a ripple when you remove your hand on it.
Oh!
Nia would look back at the group, like, the expression on her face, can I go? Can I do it? Can I do it?
She stares back at the
Is there like a rope or something that we have for us to like
I have-
tie on?
I was gonna say John's got like 150 feet of.
I have at least 20 feet of cable line right here. I don't know if that's long. Do we want?
I think you have 2 of those, so you
Two
actually
of
have 50 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I have some cable line. Do we want to like poltergeist this, where we tie a rope around your waist and you go through the portal, and then we have to pull you out just in case?
Nia nods. Nia nods vigorously.
So,
Or is that poltergeist when that happens?
is telepathic message
remember.
only one way? If I were to like send her a message, could it be open-ended for her to send something?
Because
I think
Nia
that
has telepathy ability.
Yeah, I was gonna say read it, because telepathic message might
specify. I don't
because
know.
I can't remember. Is that a first level spell or is that a second level
That,
spell?
I think that's
or
it.
a cantrip.
I think that's a cantrip.
Because I thought there was one that you picked up that was better than the natural Lashunta trait.
I just have the telepathic message right now.
Let's look at it.
You can send a short telepathic message and hear simple telepathic reply. So it doesn't matter because she has her own telepathic thing, but I would have to initiate it. But if I were to keep the door open, like I would just say, like, hey, let me know if everything's okay. And then if it took 2 minutes.
The only issue either of you are going to run into with the mental link is those are capped at certain ranges.
Oh.
So without knowing how far the other side of the portal is, you wouldn't necessarily know for sure that the link would continue once they go.
Once they're inside, okay.
That makes sense.
While they're like looking at the portal, and I'm like maybe pulling out my cable line to get like some sort of jump situated.
Yeah.
He's active.
Do I see any gear or consoles in the room? Like
Oh, I have an idea.
like a terminal of some kind.
No terminal. As far as gear, if you wanted to.
I when I said gear, I specifically meant like tech of some kind. Like, is there like machinery or anything like that in here?
Really, the only thing you have is you have like the piping that was coming through the ceiling
coming
down to the
into
hivemind.
Yeah.
There's the broken sort of orbs that were in the corners of the room.
Yeah.
And then there's the gear that were on the other individuals. So the 3 unconscious conquistador members.
Yes.
And the 1 dead Thray.
Okay.
If you're wanting to look through the Thray, what they had on them was they had 2 Medusa grenades, a tactical railgun.
Tactical railgun, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Grenades, you say?
And a murmur sonic suppressor, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a small arm.
Oh, that might be good for. Can you give me the stats on that railgun?
It's level 3. Its range is 60 feet.
Uh-huh.
It does 1d8 piercing damage.
Huh?
And it has the special property of automatic.
What's that property supposed to? Because
Please hold.
my boomer rifle is definitely better than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's level 3 gear, so it's not.
Oh, right.
Medusa grenades might be interesting for Glarg.
I'll pick up the railgun if everyone's okay with it. I'll just sell that shit.
Okay. In addition to making ranged attacks normally, a weapon with this special property can fire in fully automatic mode. No action is required to toggle weapon between making normal ranged attacks and using automatic mode. When you make a full attack with a weapon in automatic mode, you can attack in a cone with a range of half the weapon's range increment. This uses all the
multiple
weapon.
targets potentially.
Yeah. This uses all the weapon's remaining ammunition. Roll 1 attack against each target in the cone, starting with those closest to you. Attacks made with a weapon in automatic mode can't score critical hits, roll damage only once, and apply it to all targets struck. Each attack against an individual creature in the cone uses up the same amount of ammunition. So basically think of it as like you're spraying the entire magazine on a cone.
Right, okay. And you just reload on your next turn as a...
Reload, I think, is a move action.
Move action? Okay. It's just called railgun?
It is the Railgun Tactical. If you give me a second, I can add it into Treasure, which means you can just add it.
I found it.
Okay.
Are you leaving? Is that how you came across that?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, there's a pistol that... Do you use pistols? Oh, well, you conjure your weapons, right?
Yeah, for the most part, I can't.
Yeah, so
Would be
the...
a good idea, though.
If it has operative, I use it. Otherwise, I think it has to be small hand.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's
the
a
Sonic
small arm.
Suppressor is a small arm.
Your dragon pistol might be better than it, though.
The grenades...
Medusa grenades.
Yeah.
So we were just like struggling to find them.
They're... and it's probably because it's Meduza instead of
it's
SA.
Z.
Medusa? Oh, come on. We all know how to do this now.
I mean, I do. Starfinder. The range is 20 foot. It does 1d6 acid and what is it? Slashing. Obviously, does it explode? On a critical, it could cause corrosion as well.
Oh, fun.
Once armed, this grenade rapidly unfolds into a hand-sized glowing jellyfish. On impact, the grenade hurls tendrils of stinging cells through its area.
Ooh.
When thrown underwater, the jellyfish contracts its bells and jets towards a target.
Oh, so this is not one you use on land?
No, you can use it on land. That's the flavor text whenever you use it underwater.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I like that it recommends that as an option. Flavor text, though.
There's 2 of those if you're looting that.
Yeah, I will roll.
The sonic suppressor has got a 40-foot range. It does 1d4 sonic damage, and then it has the stifle crit ability.
The corrosion stuff?
No, this is the small arm. So stifle. The target can't speak or make vocalizations of any kind for 1 round. So because of the sonic damage, it basically busts the vocal cords for a round.
Oh, so it's like it's like a silencer basically, more or less.
Which is probably why it's called Murmur, because it.
Right. Ooh, that's a good name. It makes sense.
So if you want that, that is also available.
And that's only 1d4 damage. Though?
In theory, all the weapons you're getting here are slight downgrades. The grenades, I think, inherently it's a grenade, so like the grenades don't really scale. It's if you want that type of grenade. You
I
get
was
that grenade.
literally this close because I could have picked up a feat when I leveled up today to make me proficient with grenades. And I didn't because of the joke of T being the grenade guy. And then
I love how he's still.
Too.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Is the operative inherently proficient with grenades?
Because you've used a couple, haven't you?
I don't think he was.
Oh, I
That
was
the base.
proficient because I was just like, which one do I use? And she's like, so I just
Threw both of them. Because T's funny too, because I keep bringing it up, like, hey, like you could get proficiency with weapons that you're not proficient with. He's like, nah.
It's not T style.
It's like, I'd rather use my feats on other things. Like, all right.
While they're doing that,
I guess not. Yeah, you get sniper rifles though, which is cool.
Do I see is this portal being maintained by a power source of some kind?
There is nothing in this room that looks connected to the portal. So,
Interesting.
if you'd like, is Insight one of your guys's? Or I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I mean we have insight, I think, right?
I think there was like a sense motive thing.
Sense motive might be a little bit of a stretch. Let me pull up one so I can look at what my options
there
are.
isn't just straight insight.
If you'd like to give me a physical science check,
I will.
and that goes for anybody else that's trying to figure out
Yeah,
stuff with the portal.
I have a +7 for this.
Before Nia enters the portal, I have a plan.
Okay.
I rolled a 25.
Is that a Slytherin bag?
Yes.
I was going to say, I am a Hufflepuff. Which actually, personality-wise, fits me really well. Oh, nice.
You're just supposed to be like the most friendly with Slytherin, so it makes sense why we all get along.
Well, it's because Hufflepuff's just friendly with everybody.
That's true.
Hufflepuff is also like the most loyal out of the houses, so like that's why they had the least amount of people turn to the Death Eaters.
Oh, interesting. Do you know what house you are?
I'm a Ravenclaw.
Oh,
I was so surprised to find out I was a Slytherin. Like, I was
she
literally
literally had she had an identity crisis. She's like,
Yeah.
wait, what? I can't be. It's not true.
What they talk about is the 3 main characters should have been in the other 3 houses. Harry should have been in Slytherin. Hermione should have been in Ravenclaw,
For sure.
obviously, and then Ron should have been in Hufflepuff
for sure.
because
Yeah.
of what they define is those characteristics, but the big part of Gryffindor is having the courage to choose what house they want.
Ah.
His choice
So,
was always
like,
part of it.
if you like have that BDE, you know, you like then you're Gryffindor, right? Yeah.
I don't either.
I mean,
I thought I would be like a Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff, and so
Hufflepuff's got Newt Scamander, so that works for me. He's the Fantastic Beast.
Oh, of
he's the
course.
one with all the creatures and
Yes,
stuff.
Of course. Yes. Did you want to make that physical science?
oh yes,
That's a whopping 13.
Your physical
Okay.
science may be different. Didn't you put points into that?
Hers is also updated.
Oh, perfect.
well I'm gonna use this big one.
Ooh,
Ooh. Oh,
that one's from my.
that's 9.
Is that one from the Bloomborough pre-release box, or is that one from the Fallout?
What's the symbol? Oh yeah, it's Bloomborough. It's the leaf one.
That's the one with all the like little
animal
creatures.
Yeah.
17.
Magic.
Oh.
Okay, 17.
25 right here.
I heard Bloomborough, I'm like, Wait, that's a magic dice? Magic
Yeah.
Gather, yeah.
Wait, is it like the? Because those are different than actual D20s on how they're ordered on the die.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, they're spin dice.
Yeah, this one's a tick down. So instead of being randomized like a
Roll
standard
it.
dice, 20,
Roll it. Yeah.
it rolls down.
Because they like each number is right by the next number that goes down in
Oh,
sequence.
well, I guess I should.
Oh no!
Oh!
I think I should keep that roll.
Well, I don't think use that one either because I think
that
my
was the same
Fallout dice from the magic as well. So
yeah,
let me.
comparison.
I wasn't aware that was even a thing. So
Oh, well, that means I have to also re-roll.
This one's not good.
yeah. It's a big giant dice are that way.
Okay, that's a little worse, but 16 for me, DM.
Okay.
What a nerd thing to know.
Yeah, you should have just stuck with it. You got a 26.
No, I live life by the rules, except when I don't.
16. Plus
Did we get 3
9.
16s out of that?
25.
Oh, so
Oh.
we switched.
Okay, 20. Okay. Nia and John, when you guys are trying to piece together what's going on here, John, I think you're getting too hyperfixated on it. Like there has to be something on this side that's powering this, and you get too focused on that. Like all the numbers are pointing to is if there's nothing here, there's got to be something on the other side. But you don't want to accept that conclusion.
Right.
Nia, for you are more invested in how this works as far as you've never seen the void used in this capacity, and because of your background and wanting to know how the void works in itself, you kind of are more on like let's just go and do it sort of thing.
Throw myself into the void.
For you, Delilah, based off of like your sort of life as a street rat, you've heard whispers of like alternate means of travel involving the void, and you know that similar to drift travel, there's a potential to open up a portal through the void and reach the other side. And part of the benefit of this is it doesn't need to be powered on both ends. It only needs to be powered on one end. So you've kind of keyed in that if there's nothing on this side of the portal, it's probably be powered on the other side.
Oh boy.
The other tidbit that you have is the briefing from the Liberation Force as you guys were kind of planning the initial assault coming out this way, was that there was a connection between this point on the planet of Castrovel and the cloaked ship in space.
Oh, that's right.
The entrance, folks.
Dungeon Crawl Part 2?
Maybe.
I'll approach Nia. I will promise to not tie too tight. and I'll just sort of like lasso a little bit of cable around your waist and sort of like cinch you up. Can I just for flavor use like a fingertip welder to like secure the knot into place?
Sure.
And then Aenea's just kind of watching, like pushing the clothy bits of her
Don't
clothing out of the
move.
way, trying
You're
not
only
to catch
gonna make
fire.
it worse for yourself.
Right.
I am going to cast Life Bubble on her.
Okay.
Oh.
And so this, you surround the target creature with a constant and movable 1-inch shell of tolerable living conditions customized for each creature. This shell enables the targets to breathe freely in a variety of atmospheric conditions, as well as underwater or in a vacuum. It also makes the target immune to harmful gases and vapors, including inhaled diseases and poisons, as well as spells with a harmful gaseous effect. In addition, the shell protects targets and their equipment from extreme temperatures without having to attempt fortitude saving throws, as well as extreme pressures.
That's pretty cool.
So unless there's something dangerous, like an actual thing to attack you, I should be safe.
I will be in a little bit bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Bubble wrapped me.
Hold twice if you want to.
I guess that's the best method, and if you can still communicate telepathically, keep us posted.
In theory, it's 30 feet. I guess we'll see how far this puts me away.
Glarb, will you please assist me in pulling this rope if need be?
Yes.
Are you making fun of me? This is the way I sound when I talk. I do not have any control over this.
My voice modulator is broken.
Glarb like spits something out. Nah, we're sorry. Sure thing. Let me add to this. And he's gonna reach into his pouch. He gets out a yellow container. He pats you on the back and there's a yellow handprint. Look. So I paint or something.
Yeah, he's got purple for stealth,
Yeah,
yellow
you got
for...
your purple
Oh
handprint.
yeah, I forgot. Yes, of
Yellow's
course.
the lucky one.
Great.
Oh, man.
Oh,
my God.
I can't believe we're sending in one of our spellcasters.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be great.
From that point, looking at everybody, wish me luck. And she's gonna, put one hand on and push her way through the portal.
Perfect. Slipping through the portal results in an incredibly odd sensation. With the life bubble, you don't feel quite the same fluctuation that you normally experience, but it's like they're in the emptiness of space. So normally you would feel both cold and a lack of oxygen. You would also feel sort of a compression, but since the life bubble's there, you don't really experience this. For you, it's not much. It's only a couple of seconds, but...
Is it just like nothingness?
Mm-hmm. This only lasts for a couple seconds, but it's a feeling that you do not forget. This is one of those types of things. I'm going to forego this roll since you have the life bubble, but normally it would be a fortitude save.
Oh, no shit. Oh, so Riley, it all worked out.
Wow. And she may not have been able to breathe either, it sounds like.
Well, I had some of my own options just in case for things like this, but the life bubble worked, so we can save this.
Yeah, and it's only a
later.
couple seconds, so it's not necessarily any
Right.
thing that you
life
have
level.
to be able to
Right.
breathe, this sort of thing.
She's still happy with it, though. It's almost like, I imagine she comes out feeling, refreshed and...
Love the
I'm
smell
gonna
of
go
the void in the morning.
Yes!
So I'll hold off on updating the map, but having found yourself on the other side of this portal, you'll be in what appears to be sort of like a teleporter room. There's the portal that you just stepped out of, and there's a door on the far wall, and you can see a Formian standing at a console. Before you can do anything, there's a overbearing mental presence that enters your mind.
Oh no!
I'm scared.
You would come here alone?
Oh.
Just to see what's going on. See where we need to go next.
Well, I don't know if there's anywhere else you would go after this.
Maybe. That's up to a lot of other variables, though. As she tugs the cord vigorously.
Dude, we pull!
At this time, you're able to get pulled back through. Mostly because the portal was still active. And since there was still a line active in the portal, it did not close.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, like,
Yeah, as you're getting pulled back, I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
What you see? What you see?
What was it?
4 million? And
That doesn't sound too bad.
the biggest...
It's like, I've been killing bugs all day!
No, there was something else. Something bigger. Something invaded my mind. I didn't have time to figure out what it was before it knew where I was. And... it's a lot. My head hurts.
It must be the president of the hive mind.
Something like that. Regardless, I think we need help. We need to at least report back.
Yeah, we need. Well, there was another hotspot, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe we should go back to, what was the HQ called?
Liberation. Rejuvenor will step in at this point. To be honest, the other hotspots were tied to this location. Us taking out the one here freed those, or should have. The only thing left is wherever that ship is. That's how they were communing with the ground troops on the planet.
Definitely whoever spoke to me as I handled this.
You're probably right. If it was able to invade your mind that easily, did you guys not use the mental blockers? They're not 100% foolproof, but it'll give you at least a fighting chance against the mental attacks.
Of course, brother. I used it all throughout the fight, but I think maybe it was just low on battery charge.
Nia glares at John. There were neural blockers?
Well, when you say neuroblockers, what exactly do you mean?
There was equipment for this mission?
Well...
Glaring at T slightly. So he shifts.
T is, if I'm not mistaken, T is unconscious on the ground as well, because he went unconscious after his Karen form.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, we should... I'll just, like, pick him up.
We'll go back to the whole thing.
Yeah. Are there any sort of barrels around? I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll of course pick up tea. Well, we were going to use the neural blockers, but decided we would save it for the last boss.
Well, I think we're there. So, let's equip those.
Yeah, I'll sort of
I'm assuming you guys start rifling through T's shit.
I'm trying to pick them upside down and sort of shake them a little bit.
Not only do the neural blockers fall out, you'll also see various sort of gambling paraphernalia. Like he's got the Starfinder's version of Sabak, we'll call it crackle. So there's a combination of cards and dice that kind of come out, and you can tell that there's some loaded dice and like the equivalent of an ace. A couple of those cards in his pockets as well. But he doesn't seem to wake at this point in time. Like the Karen form took a lot more out of him than he was prepared for.
Okay. I'll gather up his stuff, put him back in his pockets. I'll fit most of it all in one pocket, so it's just like stuffed in there a little bit, you know? Do you think we should go onto the ship?
If we do, I think everybody should be prepared to come with me, maybe? There was just the one for me, and I might be able to squish one bug, but I don't know what else was there. I didn't go looking very long for my...
As you guys are kind of talking, Rejuvenate will pipe in is, to be honest, I think we're kind of at the point of we need to continue to press, because if we don't go through this portal shortly, my guess is it's going to be closed, and we're going to lose whatever chance of finding the ship that we have. I think with the mental blockers, there's a good chance we'll be able to mitigate whatever the mine that invaded yours was. I'm assuming it's similar to the one that reached out to T earlier on.
So Rejuvenor is pulling us in on the thingies right now?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
John picked up the unconscious body of T because he passed out after Karen form last session, and shook him out where they found a bunch of gambling paraphernalia, loaded dice, aces up his sleeve essentially, and then found the neural blockers as well.
Imagine me, it takes a little bit of the yellow paint and the little dot on the card is like a Nia was here kind of
thing. Perfect. And then, what did you see, Nia, on the other side?
A Formian, so another alien bug creature, and then a voice invaded Nia's mind and started talking with her for a minute. Caught her completely off guard, so it took me a second.
So you didn't see the person who was talking?
Oh, but it was Rejuvenor made the comment that it could be equivalent to the voice that T heard.
Okay.
So.
To add to it, it was like an overwhelming, like it was crushing your personality, like
I was gonna no longer be Nia soon.
Wow. Okay. Well, now I have it. I keep wanting to call my character Thea, so bear with me. But Delilah just immediately, if it's like someone's holding it or whatever, just immediately pops that shit in her ear. She doesn't want to.
Perfect.
He is with you 100%. Although I imagine it feels weird not having all those connections open in the same way. I don't know how that works.
So meta-wise, how this works is whenever, think of like when you guys had the battle with the hivemind, whenever you had like the will saves, you would effectively have advantage on those. So it doesn't completely block it out, but effectively it's giving you an advantage, muffling it.
I see. Thank you. So we can still hear it.
Yeah. So like,
resist it.
depending on how powerful of the mind that you're combating, it's going to be distorted down a little bit, but this mind in particular, with how powerful it is, it's still going to be present whenever it wants to be present.
Okay.
You essentially can compartmentalize it versus it being everywhere.
I think Nia should go back in first. I'll sort of like detach the rope. I know I said I welded it shut earlier. Hopefully it's just as easy to break.
You welded it as far as your little fingertip.
Like using a little Bic lighter, you know? Yeah, I'll gather up my cable. Well, maybe actually Glarb and I should go in first, potentially.
I have a bad idea. What if this goes first and he's gonna hold up the Medusa grenade?
Do it. I think that is a wonderful idea.
Did we get a distance?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
was the distance on that Thormian?
What's the time
Yep.
between the door and the door?
You would be infinitely familiar with that corner room there. So it's a 15 by 20 room
Uh-huh.
with the Formian at that console.
And where's the portal spitting us out at?
This, I guess I could have drawn it there.
Right here?
Yeah, it's these two right there.
Oh, so the portal is not the same size on the other end. More or less? Okay. Okay, sorry. My bad. I guess that shouldn't have been a detail I latched on to.
it's wide enough that a large creature could.
Okay. That's all that matters.
So he's not super far. It's the same level and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Does it-
That purple square is a console that he's behind.
Are we able to tell from... maybe Nia needs to ask this question. I'll ask Nia. Are we able to tell if you needed the light bubble?
There didn't seem to be anything immediately dangerous where the Formian was able to stand. He didn't look like he was wearing anything. Could I see him from the front over the console?
Mm-hmm.
So it seemed like he was perfectly fine. So I don't think the bubble.
Because I can cast it on all of us, but it's just kind of... I would have to like...
The void will be
I
uncomfortable for
thoroughly
us
won
for a few
that
seconds, but that doesn't matter.
Currently booking it. We're working through it, so you gotta pay attention.
Okay, if we need it, I guess, I have life bubble on standby. If anybody, like, starts taking damage or can't breathe, let me know, and I shall cast that. But otherwise, I'll keep it down for now.
How long is the duration on it? Is it still active on Nia?
It says 1 day per level.
Okay.
So, a whole week.
Whoa. Oh. Wow.
Because 1 day / level, that's what that means,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, 1 day.
That's a lot.
Now, I'm assuming it's concentrate.
It just says 1 standard action. It doesn't say anything about
Yeah, I guess
how long.
Starfinder isn't overly specific on concentration spells.
Saving, it does require a saving throw.
That's only if they're trying to resist it.
Yeah. So resistance.
Why would you put that on something that would resist it?
If you're trying to save an enemy.
So they don't like.
Space themselves so you can keep
Like if you want to, if you want to interrogate them or something like that.
Right.
I don't need no space magic. Give me the void.
It doesn't say anything about a con because the little blurb about it I read completely out loud earlier.
No, that. If anything, that just makes it where some of the spellcasting in Starfinder feels less punishing.
Yeah.
Because I can also cast it. Like I can do up to 1 creature per level.
I think we should try it out.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I just need to cast it twice at a 2nd level to be able to put it on everyone. So I
see.
can if we need to, but
Okay.
like, if we don't. I'm not going to until we need to.
Save the stale slots.
Yeah. Oh, but I will, because it's new, I'll put keen senses in my little bag thing. What's that thing called?
Your cast capacity?
Cash
Oh,
capacity.
also, before we press, did you two, or the 3 of you, did you want to take a short rest?
Oh, which is a long rest for me.
For those 2, it's a long rest.
So if I were to...
But if you want to regen stamina points, you would like to do so.
I would. I am 0 on stamina.
Okay.
If I
Does
were
it
to...
seem like the portal was going to be close? Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
cut you off.
I would say we could retroactively say that you guys took a short rest during the
Before.
figuring out the room, that type of stuff, if you would like to, since no one thought about
Is
it.
short rest going to be fill on stam?
A short rest, if you spend a resolve point, you get all of your stamina back, and because they had the caffeine kick, they also get all their
benefits of a
long rest.
Okay, I'll spend a resolve point. I have a few to spend there
Mhm.
to get all my stamina.
Yeah, with the level bump, you guys all have
And
a decent pool, because I think you have like 7.
when do resolve points regen? Is it
That's on a long rest.
long rest?
But they don't regen all at once, though, right? They
I
come
want to
back.
say you get all resolve
Limited,
points
right?
at long rest. Please let me confirm.
Okay, I short rested up.
I have a question once you're done.
Did you
Yeah, all resolve points, all stamina points on a long rest, and then 1 HP per level.
Okay. On a short rest or a long rest?
Long rest.
So question, could I cast Keen Senses into my little bag thing? I'm gonna call my little bag, just so you know
Yes.
that's what I mean. Before we do the short rest, so then I don't take up a spell slot, or would it reset that?
No. It lasts
says
for...
at 24 hours.
It lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because it takes up a spell slot regardless if she puts it in the bag or not. So she's trying to use that spell slot first before going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if it was at the end of a rest when you got to put it in,
when you're preparing spells after a long rest.
Okay.
Oh, so, it has to be
So you have to do it after.
So you could do it as part of this short rest, since this short rest is effectively a long rest for you.
But she was trying to get around not
Right.
having a spell slot.
What I'm saying,
but
if you want to put it in there, you can. It's going to consume the spell slot. If you don't want to do that, you'll have to wait till the next long rest to activate it.
That's okay. It's just the first level. I don't mind putting it in there. I just
you might as well do it now. Yeah.
The other thing to keep in mind as a Technomancer, your spell cache allows you to cast 1 spell per day without losing a spell slot.
Oh, it does?
In addition to the storing?
Because the spell cache was something that you've had since like level 1 or 2. This cache capacitor is the new thing you just got.
Okay.
I need to read that.
I like the idea that it's like an actual bag, but it's like a mechanical bag.
Well, you can have it whatever you want. So it could be a PDA, it could be some other equipment. That's some flavor text that you can put in there.
Yeah, so the only thing I know about my character right now is that she is blue with gold accents.
I don't even know what my character looks like.
Yeah, I mean, she's cute and all, I know, really.
To be honest, I think that's the extent that Tucker did with defining T when we started, and then has fleshed it out from there.
I do know her backstory a little bit, but it's not really played out. It's just baked off the street rat. But I'll just say my bag that I cast my little spells into is just like a golden sparkly bag.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
I guess it might have like gold little coins in it, but not real gold, but almost like the chocolate gold that you'd see.
Well, the
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm thinking like you reach into the bag and throw out a coin, and that activates the spell, sort of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I just use the little coin, and that's how I do it.
You
Or
got a
that
little
works, too.
leprechaun kobold here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, that's what I do. Once we like come out from
Okay.
our little short rest, long rest thing, I cast Keen Senses into my bag, and you see me like take out a little gold coin, and almost like I'm making a wish with my gold coin, and then that's what puts the spell in the bag.
Perfect.
I have a quick question for you. So, as far as the whole Medusa thing, I'm now that I had some time to think over this little cat nap I took, I sort of had the system update. If I remember right, you are a sneaky fellow.
Pretty sneaky.
Here's maybe a plan B.
Okay.
We can have you go into the room and sneak behind the thorium, and I will wait and fire off a shot as you make an attack, and that way we could maybe take them out with a little bit less sound than using a grenade that goes off.
It's a good point. In thinking about it some more, it could destroy the mechanism that's powering the portal.
I would
Throw a
love to
grenade.
touch that keyboard if you know what I mean. Not in a weird robot way, I promise.
The lady's really hungry. She's like, that's your husband right there.
Do you know what's going on?
I have a girlfriend, Agnes, on the ship.
Because he's a computer, so touching
Mia kind of nods.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
So you're suggesting Mia sneaks up?
Well, I'm suggesting that Glarb sneaks
Oh,
up behind, and as he goes for the backstab, I go for like a headshot or some shit.
Okay, and then maybe so that Clark can still use his grenade if he wants. We bring him back. Oh no, the portal will close.
Well, we don't know necessarily.
We just don't know necessarily. Nia just suggested that we don't know how the portal is powered, so that we could hit something if we let a grenade go off.
I was gonna say we bring him back into the room through the portal, and then kill him with a grenade.
Well, you think the portal
You shoot with a.
Yeah, it's like, go fetch! Get it from the other side of the portal.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, never mind.
that could be good.
Yeah. Like, it was more so to have him be on the other side of the portal so the explosion doesn't, like, pull any other mobs.
Right.
So, like, he's over here when we, like, explode him, but...
We should try our luck.
Yeah, that's a good plan. We can start there and see what happens.
Letting Laura sneak up.
Yeah. I'll go through the portal on the other end with my as I'm like breaking the membrane of the portal is when I'm pulling out my boomer rifle.
Okay. Are all you guys kind of moving in together?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
But stealthily. Oh, wait.
Stealthily.
Garble tighten his purple headband.
For stealth mode.
And he's gonna like tactical roll through the portal.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for stealth. Which...
Oh, please hold. Nia, no roll required. Everybody else, because you have the life bubble active. Everybody else, as you step into this portal, you feel like you're in the emptiness of space, including the cold, the lack of oxygen, and it feels like you're being compressed as you're slipping through this void tunnel. It's only a couple of seconds, but once again, this is not an experience that you can ever forget. Please give me a fortitude save.
Okay. That's going to be +8.
Where doesn't deal damage, otherwise I'll have felt bad.
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Oh.
Nat 20!
Oh, nice.
For 23.
Okay, Glarb.
I also probably passed with 22.
Glarb, unfortunately, as you do this sort of tactical roll through, the effect it has on your body causes you to be dazed.
Oh. What's that condition exactly?
Dazed is... I'm not dazzled. You are unable to act normally. You can take no actions but have no penalty to your AC. A dazed condition typically lasts for one round. Essentially what this is your body is like trying to adjust to like the compression and cold that it just experienced, and like you're on the verge of like throwing up.
Oh, this stealthy rope is gonna come drunken and stupid out the other side of the portal.
If I were to cast Life Bubble on him now,
I think it's
probably too late, but I'm just asking.
Yeah, casting Life Bubble on him now would prevent any future sort of thing, but his body's kind of like in reactive mode.
Okay, I was just wondering if it helped with stealth roll as well, but...
As you guys all see the Formian at the console, the same mental presence that invaded Nia comes back out.
Was it specified that we put the things on?
Yes, we did put the things.
Okay.
So it's muffled,
Okay.
but you still hear it. Welcome aboard the Harvester.
Oh.
You have proven quite interesting. Not only were you able to handle the minor hive mind, but you were able to understand somewhat how we function. You have temporarily halted progress on Castrovel, but your PWC has forsaken logic by not highlighting our presence in the first place. This happens in 90% of the solar systems that we overtake, which just allows us to consume enough that they cannot fight back anymore.
You're going to bed?
Oh, looking nice.
Night night, sweet peas.
They plan on people not wanting to. That's how this is.
So, wait, what did he say about not acknowledging it?
You have temporarily halted progress on Castrovel, but your PWC has forsaken logic by not highlighting our presence in the first place. This happens in 90% of the solar systems that we overtake, which allows us to consume enough that they cannot fight back anymore.
So it's because people ignore.
Yes, more or less.
Even now, your efforts have only saved one of the 9 planets in the solar system. We have infiltrated and begun to grow on all of them simultaneously. I will admit we had the strongest foothold here on this planet, but your government's lack of foresight and your naivety to wander onto this ship have cost you greatly. Immediately at this port, the portal that you just came through closes abruptly. And as you start to like scan the room, you can see that this is a living ship.
Oh, it's one of those organic ships.
It's a bug ship.
So like the walls have like flesh and shit.
Except that this one is insectoid in nature, or at least a living component has merged with a regular ship. You can see mechanical panels and equipment, but the insectoid flesh connects with it. If you'd like, give me an engineering or life science check.
I have a plus 11 in engineering, so I'll do that.
I'm dazed. So
Oh, how is he still dazed in
it
this
says
combo?
for a round.
Oh, okay. So like,
I would
monologue 6 seconds.
I would say you've kind of overcome it. You're still probably feeling the effects of it, but like you're coherent enough to kind of take in what's happening around you.
DM, I just rolled as high as I could without rolling a nat 20. That's going to be a 30 for engineering.
Oh, nice.
17 plus 14.
What?
What is that? 20, 33?
For what? Engineering?
Yeah, engineering.
Good God! I thought I had a plus 11. I thought I was a golden god.
She gets a boost from her like cobalt background.
And I put all my points into computer and engineering because I already get boosts. So I
Okay.
just, like,
Clark, what was yours?
19.
Okay.
It's a 20 for me.
Okay. You all rolled more than sufficient. As you guys are scanning the room, as you're seeing how this flesh connects with the mechanical components, you get the impression that the living creature has access to all the equipment when needed, but is not always in control of these systems.
Okay, so it has to be like an active. Okay, it's not like it's not everywhere all at once sort of thing. It's more like.
Say it one more time.
More or less, you guys have, between how the flesh is kind of embroiled, so you can see like flesh coming up to that console that the Formian's that's standing in front of.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the impression that like whatever creature controls the ship has access to all the systems.
But they can't do it all at once.
It has to be deliberate. They're
Yeah.
not.
They have to
They're
have
not
different
omniscient of the
Yeah.
ship per se.
Right. Gotcha.
Gosh, I know we don't want to split the party, and we won't. We don't even have enough people to do that because there's 9 planets left. You said.
Well, there's 9 in the solar system, and Casterville is one of them, so
Okay,
8 other
left.
planets.
So like if we were all split up, we could technically like guard each planet whole or whatever. But like that's not the most efficient way to do things. So I'm not sure.
There's no way in hell I would ever do something like that. I am just a bucket of bolts and nuts.
Because I think you missed some of the build up to this, Delilah. Each planet, based off of what you guys are knowledgeable of, has swarm vessels orbiting them that are connecting to whatever ground troops are on the ground. So this ship is not necessarily connected to all 9 planets.
I see. Yeah, I'm almost thinking about like those motherships from Halo, the purple guys that show up and drop off dudes. Obviously,
Same
concept.
same concept.
Okay.
So
If we could bring it
there's no other portals then.
No, the portal. As far as you guys are aware, the only portal that you are aware of on this ship just closed.
So there's not, as far I know, we don't know because we haven't explored, but there's not other portals going to. Other
Not that we can see.
It's they're talking to them through.
Think of this as,
swarms.
I don't know if you guys watch Star Trek. It's like a teleporter room. Like, there's the pad that you're currently standing on, and then there's the rest of the ship.
Right.
So, like, you don't know if there's other portals on the ship, per se, but there's definitely not any other portals in this room.
Okay, go get on the Formian
Yes.
and take the ship.
Before that,
Oh,
Following the portal closing, the voice will speak again. You have entered my domain willingly, not understanding what we are. Our ships are not part of the hivemind. I am not simply aboard the Harvester. I am the Harvester.
Oh, the ship's been talking to us.
Let's see how long you last before you too become part of the hivemind.
It's like that Disney movie where it's like iHouse or whatever. It's a Disney Channel movie where the mom is like an AI and is part of the house.
They had horror movies on Disney Channel?
I'll like look over at Glarb and try to like smack him on the top of the head to try to bring him to.
What you guys will also notice is the Formian has not moved. Hasn't reached for a weapon.
So the guy standing there?
He's just standing there like he is waiting for orders.
I don't know. This feels very ballsy, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna. If he's not moving, I guess I'm gonna like slowly walk up to him, see how far I can get, and if he still doesn't move, as if he's waiting for someone to tell him what to do, I'm gonna like duck under his arm and see if I can leave without him like doing something.
Like go through the door?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't consider not killing him.
Why is the fun of that?
Delilah, as you get up and you start moving past him, he makes no move to interact with you.
Does he notice her?
He is aware of all of you. He's made eye contact with all of you.
Oh, okay.
And if you'd like, give me a sense motive. And that goes for everybody if you'd like to. If you're all staring and you're like, what the fuck was happening right now?
Sean's not a very, like, in touch with his...
I was going to say, your sense motive is slightly better after...
Can I argue diplomacy? Because it's like knowing the environment, knowing the people.
Well, diplomacy is more like when you're talking and trying to convince someone.
Okay,
Sense motive would be like you're trying to sense their intentions.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to double check. Because I put points in diplomacy.
Right, no, that's fair.
21 for me.
Okay.
30, 20 for Clark.
16.
Okay. All of you have rolled sufficiently to kind of understand. As you are walking past it, Delilah, you get the distinct impression that the Harvester is confident in its capability, that it has no intention of impeding you towards getting
Oh my
to it.
god! Oh my god.
Because the door opened immediately once you got close enough to it.
Oh.
So he's basically saying, like, good luck, guys?
He's like, yeah, try me.
Yeah. So he's not going to attack us until we attack him.
So as I see Delilah get towards the door and him, like, the Thormian not really react, I'll take a similar path to Delilah with my boomer rifle trained on him.
Mm-hmm.
When I see, like, no movement, I'll just kind of, like, slightly lower my guard and just kind of, I don't know, wait to get out of the rest of the room.
The one caveat is you don't have a full, I would say, Glarb and Nia with your roles. You have a gut feeling that if you interact with any of the creatures on board,
They're no longer neutral or something.
that it might result in retaliation.
Gotcha.
Best not to touch them for right now. I say we plant charges and leave.
So they don't seem... I mean, at least this guy. And you'll fill me in, and yes. But it doesn't seem like they care as long as we don't bother anything.
Of course, they want to make us their insect little boys and girls.
Really think planting something explosive, seeing if there's maybe a reactor we can get access to while they're not going to attack us. We can set this thing to blow.
Yeah, I
Don't-
say we explore the ship and see what we find, and then act accordingly. Like, if we find something we could act upon and make a difference, then we do that, but wait until we see everything.
We don't have a living ship, right? We have like a crystal.
You guys have a living ship. It's
Okay.
crystalline in nature.
Okay, it's crystalline, but it's a
You
living
have made 0 attempts to commune with such ship, but
I know what I'm doing next time.
Okay, so DM, as I am realizing that with my robotic binary code. I
Like, oh.
I'm sure ships to ships will like vary because of whatever uniqueness they might have about them. Am I familiar enough with the concept of like, is there like a nuclear reactor powering this thing? Like, are power sources?
Give me an engineering check just to
Okay.
for how detailed we go.
Fucking Christ!
I think you have like a plus 12, so it's probably fine.
It's 11. It's that's a 13.
Okay. John, I think part of what's inhibiting you as you're trying to like think through what the ship is capable of is that you're kind of disgusted with like the insectoid sort of like flesh that's spreading
I
across.
imagine there's like chitin and stuff like on the walls or whatever that shit's called.
Like you have like the distinct like creepy crawlies of like there's cockroaches everywhere, and it's just. But you're familiar enough. Like basic ship has to have some sort of reactor. What type of reactor on this ship, you're not sure. And as you're looking at the ship itself, you almost recognize the model of ship, and you're piecing together the ship itself isn't living. There's some creature that has merged with the ship.
Oh. Okay. So much like hivemind creating a host inside of the victim.
Yeah, essentially, if you had to guess, whatever creature is communing with you has embedded themselves in with the heart of the ship and now controls it.
You'll see me use my sort of like robotic hand to go up to the wall, and little blue light sensors like kind of scan across it. I am getting the very distinct impression that this ship was not created as a living ship, but was so after the fact. Sorry, a little bit of rumble there in my throat.
Your voice box on yours back.
I think it would be imperative to potentially look for power sources here on the ship. But if an adventure does not start without the first step taken, and I'll push Delilah out into the hallway.
Delilah, as you're making your way out of the hallway, and I'm assuming most of the party's following suit,
Yeah.
you'll see a little bit of a subsection of like corridors here where you can make out there's 4 distinct rooms. What's behind each of these doors, you're not sure, but they all seem to be about the same size and scope.
I seem to be the leader, I guess.
Well, and
To
you're
make
the
it
engineer
easiest,
of the group.
so we're like not going in open areas. Let's just go into this room that's right across. Just
Okay.
To be safe.
Yeah, poker heads in the door.
Okay. As
Yeah,
you
let's
guys,
do that too. Let's just poke heads in the door
Okay.
and not go all the way in.
As you
yet.
poke your head in that door, you'll see a console right here. And then, if you guys have seen Star Wars, which I hope you have, otherwise please do.
I'm not very good at remembering things. So.
These green squares are similar to like back chambers, where it's like a rejuvenation pod.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Pods.
Yeah, like Dragon Ball Z almost a little bit.
So,
Is
as
that the planet with the people with the long ass blue necks?
Are there things in the rejuvenation?
No,
that's
that-
the
that-
stuff.
No, that's the clone stuff. Back to
banthas are big, like elephant sort of shaggy creature looking things.
Like
Back to
that?
chambers are like that pod that Luke's in whenever he's getting healed after his fight with Darth Vader.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there anyone in these tanks
Yes.
here?
Not currently. If you'd
Okay.
like, anybody that goes up to the console, you would be able to make out that these pods effectively heal the same way 24 hours of rest would. Effectively 2 HP per level, regaining all spell slots.
Yeah, I'm not getting inside of an insect bath. That's when I like somehow convinced me to like become a bug.
So yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know
you're
if
not
it's
wrong.
something we destroy now or if it's one of the things that like we come back to later. But I think this is probably what they use to turn people. So we should definitely
Well,
destroy these.
not to turn, more so
but to aid them after turning potentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
It adds to their setup in
Right.
some sort of way.
Yeah, I agree with you, Delilah. I think it would probably be best to try and find something more towards the actual ship.
Yes, before we
structure.
try to destroy something like this and draw attention to ourselves. But I
Yeah.
do think if we have time and we like take the ship down and we can come back, I don't know. We'll see.
Destroy this too,
Yeah.
if possible. I agree.
Before we decide a new direction, I'm going to walk in front of the group here and take like 10 feet out into this little intersection and just kind of do a 360 sweep with my boomer rifle out. Do I see any more baddies?
Not currently.
Oh, no shit.
Quick question, Don. Do you have one of those wild basin drinks on?
Yes, there is exactly one. It's a lime.
Oh, that's what I wanted. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Am
I
I okay
think.
to have it?
Yeah, you're good.
I turn back to the rest of the group. For being some kind of mothership, it's pretty fucking empty here.
Where they have,
I feel like that's intentional. They might know we're here.
yeah, those Neo kind of points to the space around and shakes her head. It's so loud in here.
I wonder if there's some big brain in a jar or something somewhere on this ship.
Maybe.
Yeah, go for it.
Past John, and we'll check this room in the opposite corner to where we came in.
Poke her head in that.
Okay. So that room is the medical bay. So you'll see.
Wait, the medical bay is different than whatever this rejuvenation ship was?
Yeah.
Interesting. Another console? Two consoles?
Consoles.
Can I borrow that purple?
And then.
Oh, do we need to sign your game feed?
Oh, yeah. And then you got like some medical beds there. Look at the.
Are they TV?
Oh, I guess I moved those. They're actually 1 square forward. So there's a square on either side of them. It's
So
not
there's a
super
square
relevant,
behind
but
them, technically.
yeah. As
What's
you
the
get,
purple?
purple is a console.
Consoles.
So,
Like a
terminal.
computer? Oh.
Yeah.
as you guys kind of walk in, the environment is very clinical and seems to be some of the least amount of insectoid walls. So like you kind of see that it touches where like the door activation would be, but it doesn't necessarily go past. You kind of get the vibe that even the swarm try to keep the medical areas sterile. You can also see 2 beds with medical equipment and some medical sensors. As you guys are kind of looking through, you guys are also in luck that there seems to be a handful of serums that they can pick up.
Oh.
If you guys want to make this quick, on the app there, let me add these to the treasure. There is a serum of Faye's Fickle Fancy.
Excuse me? How do you get to the treasure tab?
If you go to inventory,
Uh-huh.
there should be a button that says treasure, I think.
There's, stash and shares?
Stash.
Okay.
And then there should be some that I've already dropped in there. Some from the previous sort of picking up that you did. Or it might be shared.
Yeah, it's shared. It's shared.
Okay. There's 2 serums of rejuvenation.
Where is this in there?
Go to inventory. And then shared tab.
And then 1 serum of close quarters.
Okay, serum of close quarters. I don't see that one.
Me either.
Or it's serum close quarters.
There's quick step serum, serum rejuvenation.
I just dropped it, so it might take
Oh,
a second to...
Oh, that took me all the way out.
The Serum of Phase Fickle Fancy is a vial of viscous liquid whose colors shift and change constantly. Upon consuming the serum, roll a d6 a number of times equal to the mark of the serum. So this is a mark 2, so you'd roll it twice. And apply the effects listed. So you get 2 effects of it. The effects are sparking clouds fill your vision and you're dazzled for 1 minute. You speak only in sing-song rhyme for 1 minute. You change colors constantly for 1 minute. You regain 4d8 hit points. If this amount exceeds the number needed to reach your maximum hit points, you also become nauseated for 1 round. You gain a +1 luck bonus to AC for 1 minute, or you gain a +2 luck bonus on the first d20 roll you make within the next 1 minute.
Okay, so real quick, I don't see that one on here on the treasure list.
Phase Fickle Fancy?
The
Yeah,
only serum I see is the serum of rejuvenation.
and the quick step serum.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, I'm getting a network error, that's why. So, let me reload my page.
Sounds like a cool serum regardless. It feels like almost like a prescription medication.
Yeah,
Or-
who knows
all
what
the side effects.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might get lucky. You might.
yeah, it might do what it's supposed to do, or it might make things worse. Who knows?
Okay.
It's like when you sneak into your grandma's room and take one of the pill things that she has on her cabinet.
Okay. Yeah, it was just because I had this open long enough that it didn't like that. Okay, it should be in there now.
Yep.
Rejuvenation is the healing one.
That heals the stam.
Yeah, so you guys actually have 4 across the party. I don't remember who took what from the previous loot. There's 2 currently in this medical bay. And then the close quarters serum provides heightened awareness in combat, so the fluorescent green concoction is a favorite among mercenaries and other warriors. It's also minty. For 10 minutes after you drink the serum, enemies gain no benefit from flanking you.
Oh, interesting. That's nice.
Thank you.
I think all 4 of us should take one of the serums of rejuvenation.
So there's only 2 here. I don't remember where the other 2 went.
Oh, okay.
So I put in the loot from the previous floors of the dungeon, and I don't remember who took what, and I can't manually put it into your inventory.
Well, I have 4, so did I take the 2?
No, those are the 4 that you're looking at are the 4 that.
Yeah, that's in the stash. Let me look and see if I've got in my notes who took what.
I vaguely remember. I swear I picked this plasma guy series 28 because it's a sniper.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I know in one of my sets of notes I put who took what.
Appreciate your note taking.
Okay. John, you took one of the serum of rejuvenation already.
Okay.
Glarb, you took one of them.
Okay.
So
And-
those ones are for us.
Yeah, you guys can
And
take one.
Glarb, you took the quick step serum.
Okay.
Nia, you also have the Nectar of Flame's Glory and the adaptive serum.
So how do we take it? Do we
You on the drop down where it said
just, do
you
one add to current?
add to, yeah, I think that should add it to your current inventory.
Look at that, and then it takes it off the list too.
Yep.
Okay, cool. You
Uh,
guys should add yours to your inventory then, because if they're still in this shared.
Yeah.
the plasma guide went to Glarb. John, you took the Vesk overplate. Nia, you took the Dust Manta Hide and the Electric Prod Impulse model. You took those specifically to sell, Nia.
Yeah.
John, I don't know if you were trying to use that. The Vesk overplate should have been an upgrade in armor.
I think so. I remember that.
Oh yeah, that. Look at that! My treasure loot box is basically empty, just like I wanted it.
What's the phase fickle? Has somebody taken that?
That one, I think, was still up for grabs. That's the one that you roll a d6 to determine what benefit you get or detriment.
If nobody else wants it, Nia will put it in the stash of items to either sell or probably consume.
I'm intrigued enough to use it, so...
If it wasn't going to be you, it was going to be me, friend.
What's the close quarters one?
Glarb already took that one.
Okay.
I'm-
I mean...
Or I think Glarb was planning on taking it. That's the one where if someone's flanking you, they don't get the benefit of flanking.
And where he's going to be up in the face.
Yeah, it's good for him.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll for the face fickle, just for fun?
No, I'll pass. That's a
No, I'm
little
talking
too...
about me and Julia.
Oh, okay.
If you want to, I don't mind letting you take it either way.
Well, I just think it's fun to let
Sure.
the dice decide.
For funsies, why not? Pick your dice. You want me to go first?
Yeah, sure.
15.
Ooh, that's what we got to beat.
That's a 19.
Oh.
The dice have decided.
While we're on this as well, for those of you that partook of the Barbarian Rage, those are also in there.
Oh, perfect.
So there should be 3, so 1 for each of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm glad we figured out how to use this. Apparently,
This is
we've
one
done
of...
it before, but we haven't done it.
Well, I've put it in here, but most people aren't playing with a tablet or something like that, so it's a little bit harder to like keep track of who's
Right.
taking it. I think T was the only one that was aware that it existed and had taken items out of it.
Well, now that we know, we'll try to do it going forward.
Yeah.
This makes it easier.
This is
for
one of my favorite GM features that
Yeah.
the site has.
Yeah. Hand it out.
Because I can have it preloaded, and then once you guys encounter it, I can just drop it.
Yeah, if we
I
can
like
make
that.
it easier for you, then we will. Because you do a lot of work with these binders and stuff.
Yes, thank you.
Also, I'm gonna wait to deal with my vest overplate until I could potentially be somewhere to integrate it.
Okay.
Because isn't that something I can do? Is
It's
integrate
just
armor?
changing armor. So
Oh, that's it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's not integrated. I think
That-
you'll have to
that's
look at the
weapon.
stats on the vest overplate because I think it might have an upgrade slots and stuff like that. Like, just confirm you want to use it before you put it on. I think statistically it's level 6 armor, at least level 5. So it should be better than what you currently have.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on.
It just might have some like penalties to like stealth checks and that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care much about that.
Stealthy, schmelthy, here's my...
I was gonna say if
Yeah.
it's in your inventory, I can tell you exactly. It's
Oh my gosh. Let me see how much that just improved my shit.
Oh shoot! I just moved that was the character sheet.
it's level 6 armor.
Oh my god.
It's heavy. Yeah, that's a 9 to your EAC, 11 to your KAC.
So my EAC was 14 before, it's now 22. My KAC was 16 before, it's now 24. Whoa, that was a solid.
The damage, the detriment is it's a -2 to your armor check, which is like your stealth, acrobatics, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But it does have an upgrade slot, so you can't. Your jump boots are still good.
Cool.
And it reduces your speed, so you can't move as fast with it. So you're, and what you might have had 30, you're now 25
Yeah,
as
let's
far
see,
as
my
speed. But
movement is... Where is movement?
you're pretty bulky now.
Yeah.
Well, who hasn't the strap in? At least I remember for the boss fight, mini boss fight. No.
John doesn't really move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turrets up.
Yeah, I don't necessarily plan on moving. I just kind of full action all over the goddamn place.
It
But
works.
that is what you guys find in that
It did
room.
reduce my speed by 5.
We don't know. Can you read me the fluff to the Barbarian Rage again, please? Or give me the essential.
No, you don't know until you drink
No,
it.
but I'm saying the fluff.
The fluff should be on the item itself.
Oh, is it? Okay, let me see. With this combination of spirits and energy drink, you'll feel true barbaric rage. All brawn and no brains. Oh boy.
That's all you get.
I better wait for that. I wanted to take it just to be prepared, but like if it makes
Oh.
me not smart, then like I'm scared. That's the only thing I have going for me, you know?
We don't have to make a drink now.
I would
'cause-
love.
Or you do?
Yes.
If you'd like to partake of the tavern bill, We can do that now, so I can add it in.
I would love. I guess I wanted to at least.
Can
try
we
to-
open a window? I am hot.
Oh yeah.
Am I
Well,
the only one who's hot?
no.
It's a little
I'm
toasty. I
I'm
wasn't sure if
definitely
it was just
sweating.
because I was wearing a sweater.
It's nice that my hand is a lot colder.
It's because
than
my
mine.
hair is so
I think it's a
thick,
combination of drinking a drink that had 12 different liquors in it.
Too. Yeah. And I
say-
finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say I just finished mine.
I am
I'm also-
slow. I'm like halfway
I'm down
through
to
a baby.
just step outside for a second.
Yeah, that I think I need it because I'm hot.
Break down.
Wow.
Tavern bill has been added to the inventory stash as well.
Oh, okay.
Definitely a sipping drink. Like I said, treat it like it's an old-fashioned or a Manhattan. It's a.
Okay, yeah, sipping drink.
I put ice in there, but
Perfect.
it's still gonna be whiskey forward.
I'll take another sip and see if I might want another ice cube or two. You said in the there's a thingy in the thing.
Added it to your guys' little your treasure.
Our Trevor core.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there should be a tavern bill in the shared section now.
Oh, actually, I still only see the Serum Faith, Fickle Fancy, and Barbarian Rage types too. Did I?
Barbarian Rage.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah.
Did
Did you refresh the page?
I did. Well,
I'll try it. It's
Yeah, I'll
not
refresh.
click on it.
You're just saying.
It resets.
yeah, like you have to go
That's what
back
I'm
into
saying.
your character sheet. It's like fucking stupid about it.
I think if you click on one of the other windows and then click back on
Does it work that way?
What are we looking for again?
the
The-
tavern bill,
in
is the
the
drink that
inventory
I just made for
I'm
you guys.
seeing it.
I don't.
Oh, I
have
see it now.
I don't have
Yeah,
it.
Tavern Bill. Did you refresh?
Yeah, I did.
That's strange.
I'll try again.
Your flavor text for this one is sip and enjoy the last drink of the night before settling your bar tab and finding a place to crash.
I'm scared to like take this drink.
Just the boss fight sips drink instantly passes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like it's like a
We-
relaxation. Like your movement is slowed and like.
We go to roll for initiative and our dice are just like sitting in
You're seeing double
yeah.
for the entire fight, so you roll at disadvantage.
Oh shit. Okay, added. So right when Delilah makes that check, or no, Nia, right? You were the one who checked on that med bay.
Yeah.
I'll do a tactical roll across the rest of the hallway, and as I come up, I'll come up onto one knee and do like a little one of these into this room.
Okay. So
I
in
still
Turn
don't
around,
have
just
it.
But like kind of crunches down and stuff.
oh, you need to go to share.
Oh, you fool!
Dude, I thought I was.
I'm just kidding. I love this fun.
Okay. So
Oh, and that,
Oh. It's a
medical something? Medical bed? Is that what that was? I can't remember.
That's what the key says. Medical.
Medical, but the bed
Oh,
T squared.
I guess I don't know enough colors. To
Oh,
make
okay.
that.
Sorry,
That's what I'm
jumping the
saying.
gun.
If we're gonna be,
It's like, man,
it's
Oh,
like-
okay.
yeah,
it's-
thank you.
It's equipment.
Oh!
Alright.
We're gonna need guns. A lot of guns.
You say guns? Glarv's gonna imitate your.
I'm just
your
gonna do
roll across
green.
the hallway.
Yes!
Green is beneficial shit.
Ooh.
Official shit?
Beneficial.
Oh, beneficial.
It might be official beneficial, but
Beneficial.
Officially beneficial.
okay. As you look into that hall, that room there, John, the room smells of rotting flesh, which you can clearly see is indeed what you are smelling. There's a large vat in the center, so that's where those red squares are, that has corpses of dead swarm in it. The vat is connected to machinery on the left-hand side that appears to be breaking the genetic material down and feeding it into the insectoid walls.
Oh, so the gas is the dead. Oh my god. I like look over at Glarv, seeing that you're also realizing this. The ship runs off of dead blood parts, it seems.
Do the pipes look like the ones we saw earlier?
From what you can tell, is this is pumping it straight into the wall. So there's like the insectoid flesh, this is going straight
And
into
there's
it.
a vat with
So that
insectoids.
it's a 5x10 area that's a vat of dead bodies. So that's those red squares.
Ew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like this.
In the corner, if you choose to explore, you see a pile of gear, presumably stripped off the drones that have deceased.
I will like to inspect.
As you're going through, you'll find a Preserver's Mantle 2, an Acid Cannon Mag Cricket, a Hollow Grenade 3, a Dowsing Shield Field, and Earrings of Dampening.
Wow, okay.
So let me transfer all of those over to you. Yeah, so I'll go one at a time. So Preserver's Mantle.
Maybe damage mitigation or something?
So as I go to add it, Preserver's Mantle is a level 7 set of armor, light armor.
Oh, that's good for the spell.
EAC bonus is 6, KAC bonus is 9.
Ooh.
One
That's a
upgrade
good-
slot, no penalties.
Oh, yeah. That's a good for... do you wear light?
I want to say we're.
The Acid Cannon is level 7, small
Yeah, you
arm.
wear light for sure.
This one has a range of 40. It does 2d4 of corrosion on a critical. Its base damage is...
Oh, yeah, or normal. I guess.
goodness, I missed my box.
Normal one spot light.
I mean, that technically would probably still be an upgrade for you,
It's
though, right?
2d6 damage,
What's your KFC
acid
on
damage, and it's a swarm. Its special abilities is it's living and swarm. That's the acid cannon.
Sorry, I missed the
I
damage
think
aspect on the
that-
acid
It's
cannon.
2d6 small arm.
It's a 2d6 small arm.
Yeah, it's level 7.
What's your dragon pistol helping out at?
Oh, it's 1d6. 1d6 fire, 30 feet.
You should also grab this pistol up. The
But wasn't, Wyatt's character looking at it, maybe?
oh, did you want the acid cannon?
No. I was like, I just got the new.
He
rifle.
he put the sniper on.
Oh,
Yeah,
I maybe
we're
wasn't.
good now.
Well, I think he was looking at anything that's compatible with the operative.
Yeah, I built the character and I didn't realize that it's specifically operative in like long range, and so
He wasn't getting the
Glog's been on
bonuses
his
from.
own little side quest looking for a specific weapon.
Long
He's like,
range?
yeah, he's
Which
like,
you just found?
Well, not just found. He's had it for a little bit, but he didn't transfer it over, so he didn't have it in his
it was
inventory.
sitting in his bag. He got so excited he stuffed it away to protect it, and then completely forgot.
It's like when you buy a game on Steam and don't play it for 4 months.
Exactly. It's like you basically just got it. So celebrate.
The Hollow Grenade 3 is also level 7. It's a 20-foot range. Explode is a 20-foot radius. Commonly used as novelties, hollow grenades can create all sorts of illusions in a harmless but surprising and often amusing way. A hollow version of the Wonder Grenade, creating only an appearance of the illicit effects, is popular among Fae and children. However, hollow grenades have less innocent uses as well. Criminals and infiltrators use hollow grenades as distractions.
Distractions, yeah.
A hollow grenade creates a pre-programmed illusion no longer larger than the blast radius. The illusion functions as if you had cast holographic image with a level, caster level, and duration according to the grenade's type.
Well, those are definitely going to you.
So let me drop that in.
So between the two of you, you all should decide. Oh goodness!
Maribel does this thing where, like, she gets about halfway down the stairs and then just fucking jumps.
Dude, that's probably not good on her old bones.
No,
bro.
it's not! And we can't do anything about it because she just does it.
You should just like leave a dog bed at the bottom of the stairs.
A little landing pad.
A little landing pad.
Because sometimes she'll go down and it's fine, and then other times it's like, Jesus, take the wheel.
But yeah, so one of you two should definitely get the Preserver's mantle, and if we're going to be fair, maybe she should get the mantle because you got the gun. I don't know.
Wait, do you have any weapons right now?
I don't need them.
Yeah,
because I
she
can pull them
makes
out of
She,
space.
I was
It's
gonna
up
say,
to you.
she has a weapon or two, but she could also pull levels that are
Because if I
tied to her
take this
character
weapon,
level.
I could also give you mine if you'll use it, because it does 1d6 damage.
No, I think if you want to hold on to it, that's fine.
just dual
Do
wield
you
your
have
pistols.
decent? Because the preserver's mantle is armor, right? So what
If you
is-
take a
is
full
your
action, I
armor
think
gonna
you fire with
like,
one
is
enough.
this gonna
Because
be a
that you have
better
that one
upgrade?
feat
Right.
that if
What's
you
the
pick the
armor?
right
I was
fucking
thinking.
thing,
It's the EAC and KAC on your stats. That'll increase it.
So what armor are you wearing?
My armor right now increases 5 EAC and 6 KAC.
Yeah, so that'd be a solid upgrade for you.
Oh, so you wanted it for the armor too?
I was gonna say
Well, yeah,
my
both can
current
use it.
armor only increases 5 for both of them.
Oh, yeah, you should.
But I don't want to just take it if it could benefit you more because you're going to be in way more. 'cause I'm
Well,
also at the back.
I think everybody except Glarb is long range.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
if
point.
you want, what's
Starfinder actually gives you a lot of benefits of playing long range. Like
I
all
love
the
it.
long range weapons have
I
decent
so much
stats.
long-range, like, beats right now. I'm
So,
becoming
I
a
mean,
sniper more
I'm
or
good
less.
either way. It would help me too.
I think we should give it
what
to
does your
me.
armor look like right now?
I was gonna say part of what Delilah already has going for her too is the Cobalt gives her bonuses to EAC and KAC inherently without wearing armor. So adding armor has only boosted it more.
Because
I think she had the best armor class of
'cause,
anybody
like,
last session.
This is such a WoW thing, but like armor's not like soul bound, right? Because like I
No,
can
no, no,
take
you-
this armor and give her mine too
Mhm.
that I'm wearing.
Oh,
currently.
true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Does it work that way?
What?
Yeah. That's not
If
Yeah.
I were to
Like,
take this gun or whatever
Would
it
it
is.
fit still?
Yeah.
And more
If we want to get in the weeds of the rules, you have to take time to like refit it. I'm not worried about that because.
Okay.
So yeah, most of the armor is considered like one size fits all. There might be a period of where you have to like adjust it, but
I don't really care because Colin does seem to think like you can make better use of
I
it.
was gonna say my current EAC and KAC stand at 18.
Mine are 19 and 20, and I think that takes into account my armor that I'm wearing.
yeah, that's your armor and your
Yeah.
innate Cobalt stats.
So what is your? Do you know what your armor gives you?
That's the.
Yeah, you might be able to pull better with your
Because this is
Infinite
+5+6.
Worlds armor,
Oh,
but that would require you to not use the weapon. So it's a trade-off. If you want to go infinite weapon, you want to have decent armor.
So she
Yeah.
can't have both a weapon and an armor.
Mhm.
Oh,
You have
so
to
this
pick
would
one.
be good for you then. I see. Okay, she should take it then.
I
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
new to the game. I don't
I
understand.
am too.
The-
I'd rather
well, and all the
talk it out.
classes are new, so no one. I think I have the best understanding, and I
This
have
gives you armor
an
and
ankle
weapon.
deep of each class. So
Where's
Because
the ice
this
cream?
this weapon.
it's in the deep freeze in the laundry room.
So this is gives her both weapon and armor essentially. Whatever we're looking at the moment.
So the weapon is coming from her Witch Warper class, where she can just grab a weapon out of an alternate reality.
Whatever we're looking at that we're examining right now, it would give me 2d6.
Yes.
instead of one.
You would get a boost in your weapon, and you're trading the armor with her to give her a boost in armor.
Oh, so it's only the damage for me? Like I thought it was also giving the armor too. Is it? I don't know. Maybe I was.
I think she was going to give you her armor to take the slightly better armor.
Oh. Okay.
So it would still be a boost for you, but a better boost for her.
So this weapon though that we're looking at is only the armor boost, or it's only the
Damage.
The damage boost.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. I thought it was both for some reason. I don't know why I got confused.
It does have that weapon, if I'm not mistaken, does have a critical effect that it causes corrosion damage over time. So if you roll a nat 20 with it, it'll do like 1d4 additional damage every round. Plus the 2d6 acid damage. And that's 2d6 plus your ranged attack bonus. So I think you have a 2d6 plus 3 or 4.
Mine is 1d6 fire, is all it says.
Is there a plus after it?
ranged.
It would be, look at the weapon itself.
I was looking at the weapon.
No, sorry, on that page.
This yellow.
Yeah. So there should have the damage block where it
I
says
think-
1d6 fire F plus something.
Oh, right here. 1d6 plus 3f.
Yeah, so if you take this new pistol, it would do 2d6 plus 3.
Okay.
So it's basically doubling.
So we
damage.
basically,
Your damage.
and you don't have, you just pull your weapon.
If she
out of
wants
there.
a ranged weapon, she pulls it out of alternate reality, and it
So I
scales.
guess we could just switch. Like, I could take this new weapon and you could take my dragon pistol. I don't know if you'd use it, but you could have it.
I mean, you can hold.
Or you can hold on to it to sell
Yeah,
it.
you can just-
Why did I think that this was also going to give her armor? Did you say something like that?
There's
No,
another armor
there's-
set that's separate to all of them.
There, yeah, there's a set of armor and all the loot that we're getting.
Okay. If I'm going to take the gun, then I don't know if I need the armor. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yes.
Well, we went
Yes.
off on a
Yes.
long tangent then. All right. Okay. Well, for those of you that have shield proficiency, there's also a dowsing shield field. This, if you're wielding it, so if it's just equipped, it's a +1 AC. If you align it to whoever you're fighting, it's a +2 to your AC.
Okay.
And then it takes a hit to your armor class. At a minimum, it is a item that you guys can sell in the future.
I'll grab it for now. We'll hold on to it, I guess.
And the last little bit of loot in here was the Earrings of Dampening Mark II. These are level 7. They're hybrid, which means they're partial technological and partial magic. These small silver earrings have sound waves etched into their round faces, and an integrated sensor in each detects vibrations and dampens sounds above a certain volume by emitting bursts of protective interference. The earrings trigger automatically when you attempt a saving throw against a sonic effect or would take sonic damage, granting a circumstance bonus to the saving throw and sonic resistance based on the earrings model. Once triggered, the earrings deactivate and can't be used again until they recharge when you rest for 10 minutes to recover stamina points. Mark II earrings grant a +3 circumstance bonus and sonic resistance 10. So effectively you
Got some
reduce.
earplugs.
So when you take sonic damage, you would reduce the damage by 10 one time before you need to recharge it. So you would have to choose when you want to activate it. The
Okay.
other bonus is if you have a saving throw associated with sonic damage, you can use this to resist it.
Oh, that's not passive. It's either use that or the other thing.
Well, you only get once before you need to recharge it, so
okay.
either or. So
Either or. Okay.
I guess it technically triggers automatically when you need to make a saving throw against this. So the very
So
first
you
time
can
that it applies.
I don't know. I just fucking X'd out of it now. I'm trying to find my shirt. Yeah, just hand it back to me.
No, I got it.
But that is essentially what you guys see in that room there.
Can I access this terminal?
There's not as you're scanning the equipment
Oh,
there.
it's green. It's not purple. My bad.
It's purple. The green is where the equipment was piled up.
Oh, okay.
So they basically strip the bodies before they get thrown in the vat.
Gotcha.
So we yoinked the goodies in the pile.
Yep.
The wall there, that's essentially the system that's pumping all this genetic material into the wall.
Got it.
If you're wanting to access that, yes, you can.
Hey, John,
Give me an engineering or computers check.
a good idea. I want to run by you.
I am a great robot to run ideas by.
Marv's gonna reach in the back and pull out one of the Medusa grenades. See how that tank there? It's full of squishy bits.
Yes, a lot of bits.
He's gonna pull the pin on the Medusa grenade and it's gonna arm itself and it's gonna turn into like a jellyfish. He's like, this is a squishy bit.
Yes.
What if I feed the wall? You see what I'm saying?
Put the squishy bit into the wall.
Yeah, it'll think it's food. It's gonna eat it. It's gonna have one hell of a dinner.
I mean, the ship is alive.
One of the illusion grenades in there?
Well,
No, the Medusa grenades.
It's
Right,
acid and piercing damage.
I guess, Glorb, at this point, regardless of what I think, you've already pulled the pin. So.
Can we hear this?
I mean,
He's already pulled the pin?
Yeah.
It's too goddamn late for anything I have to say.
I was gonna say, Dia, I think you have
eyesight.
eyesight. Delilah, I don't know if you moved over or not. If you did, you would have eyesight on what's happening. Whether or not you're paying attention to the conversation, I guess is up to you.
Just purely let me see Glarb.
Yeah.
The way Glarb is talking, I don't think he was trying to be quiet.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'll just say, like, I overheard, and I was about to make a comment, and then John said, like, you already pulled the pin, and I was like, oh, well. You see me and look at you like, oh, no.
Don't worry.
2.
You might as well.
I'm gonna run over the wall and see where it's like slurping sludge and just
I'm gonna
shove it in.
dive to home base outside of the room.
Perfect. Yeah, if you're going hand to wall, what I want from you is you don't need to roll to hit. I want you to make a reflex save to make sure you get out of range.
Oh shit! Oh, because you're like really putting it up.
You're not throwing it, you're placing it.
You're not throwing it. You're placing it.
After you already pulled the thing however long ago.
Oh my god.
I have a healing spell.
Oh, okay.
ah, that's an 8 nat 1.
Oh.
Oh, what? Nat 1?
Okay.
Glarb!
Okay, go ahead and roll me some Medusa damage. Lucky for you, I think it's only like a 1d6, but...
Oh my god.
Wow. That's really
Oh, that's
good.
fantastic.
I haven't even singed all of the shit yet.
Squishy bits.
I hope this doesn't alarm anybody.
Okay. So that's 3 acid and piercing. So you'll take the 3, as well as, were you shoving this into the wall or the console?
Into the wall.
Okay.
It's where it's like slurping in the genetic.
Like he's sticking his hand up the muffler pipe.
So like the primary point where it's extruding it into the wall?
Yes.
Okay. What we'll say is, from the explosion, because it's acid in nature, it sort of like corrodes and melts the piping into the wall, which kind of shuts it off, or like it reduces the flow. So like it doesn't completely shut down the system here because it's not like a super high level grenade, but you made some progress. Unfortunately, you also took a brunt of this to your face.
It's like you turn around like Wile E. Coyote with your face covered in soot, with your head blown backwards.
There's some like sort of like threads on your hat that are singed a little bit because you got that big like pirate hat, if I recall correctly.
He could have shoved it up with his prosthetic arm, so he's like, my arm fell off! Oh wait, and just like clicks it back in. It blows off his arm.
I was like, wow, you almost fooled me with that. Also, I can tell you did something, didn't work.
I think. As it just like oozes down the wall, melts down the wall.
Mia's gonna very carefully watch the Formian down the hall.
Yeah, I was
See
gonna
if
say,
he
can I like make
moves.
some sort of perception
Does
check
he-
to
does
see
he
if like
move?
anyone's alarmed?
You're more than welcome to go ahead and make a perception check if you'd
You
like.
get an extra +2 because of the
Yeah, I
incense.
know. That's why I like.
It doesn't. That one was bad.
Did you see how much you have?
14 plus.
Plus 20.
No, what was
You said 14 was...
14, 17.
19.
This one,
You
12
rolled?
was the roll.
Oh, 12
Plus
was
2.
14 plus 3 is 17.
the roll. Okay.
Okay, what was yours, Nia?
That's a 16.
Okay. Was anybody else rolling?
Oh no, I'm just kind of talking with Larva.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
it was like wicked. The two of you, as far as you can tell, the door hasn't opened, and even looking down that far hallway there, Nia, you don't see any movement any further down either. As far as you can tell, while Glarb made an explosion happen, it doesn't seem to have caused any sort of consternation with the harvester.
Interesting. So, like, is it because he just harmed the ship?
Well,
Does
not
anything else
necessarily.
So the way I described it is, while it slowed the flow from this vat, it did not shut it off.
So if it were to, like, if you were to do another one and it were to shut it off, maybe that would break the line?
That's
How much time do we
That's
have?
fuck around and find out type of question.
Okay.
Is Glorb gonna do it though?
Glarb seemed pretty confident that he did some damage.
Like, it's pretty messed up in there. Like,
If anything, you can now smell, like, burning, like, singed flesh as the acid continues to, like, drip.
I'd say we save grenade number 2. Tricky hollow.
What did you just blow up then? Is it this room?
Yeah, this like
Well, not the
black-
whole room. So the grenade, it has a 20-foot, or it has a 5-foot radius from wherever you plant it, and it's acid and piercing damage. And it did 3 acid and piercing damage to the console, essentially.
just like-
What's the console? The black here?
Yeah, the purple there, and specifically Glarb was targeting where the piping was going into the wall.
Well,
Okay.
at the very least, we should keep mapping this
And
out.
what's the red?
The red is the vat of dead
Oh, the
swarm
dead.
bodies.
And that's computer stuff.
Well,
The
no,
green
that's
was
not
where the
good.
loot came from.
Okay, yeah, okay. So this room is done.
Yes.
Could be better. Sorry.
No, you
Guys, I had to look at it. I'm sorry. It helps. It helps. I'll stay standing.
So at this point, you guys have explored the 4 rooms down here in the into the hallway.
Okay.
Glarb is leaving this room happy.
And we've already, like, done our little check
Misery
here,
of
and we haven't
satisfied
seen
with
anyone right
presence.
here.
He's struggling. He's
Okay, as you guys start making your way down the hallway, off to the side, you'll see the 2 rooms there with the green. So there's doors there. As you look further down, you can see some common tables. Less conspicuous.
So those are tables?
Yeah, they're basically just
And no one's sitting.
no one's currently sitting at set tables.
What time is it?
For you guys, I don't think you guys actually know what time of day it is.
Yeah, we've been
You-
underground.
I know, but from context clues, does it look like it's
You
like
guys-
Well, we're
nighttime
in
for them?
space right now.
I know, but like no one's at tables, so I'm wondering like, is there a clock? Like, do we know it's nighttime for them, or like what?
Okay, so frame of reference, you guys went into the swarm sort of installation midday. You spent about an hour making it down to the 2nd floor where you took an 8-hour rest.
Yes.
So it was morning as far as you could tell when you got up to go fight the hivemind. This is directly after that. So as far as you can tell, this is like...
We could probably
They
still
could
make
be
McDonald's
like
breakfast.
coming for their freaking lunch at
Yeah,
any time,
I was going to say 10 or 11 might be a fair assessment as far as
Okay.
time. But whether or not that matters to the swarm is up
Well, I
into
just
interpretation.
want- the mess hall. They might be coming to get lunch, you know?
I might have assumed wrong. That wasn't an assumption. I just saw large tables and thought.
Well, that's what I thought too. I mean, what do large tables mean? I guess we inspect further. Is it a mess hall?
Get-
Is it desk? Is it a library?
Give me a...
Oh yeah. Was it?
Yeah, is it all like natural light? Like, is it all lit? Or like, are we walking and lights are turning on? Like, are we walking?
It is all pre-lit, sort of natural light. Once again, calling back to John's earlier role, the ship looks like it was a different sort of model before this insectoid creature took over.
So the lights
So,
are existing more or less.
as you're looking at this common room, John specifically, this means nothing to you because you're pretty sure the common room existed before the insectoid creature took over the ship.
I look over to Delilah as she's walking to the tables and I tell her, I'm pretty sure these tables were put here after it became a living ship. Something suspicious here.
Wasn't it before?
Yeah.
Oh.
John intentionally giving bad information.
Right. It's like, I was so committed to checking out these tables.
Yeah, and now you're even more.
Yeah, what's on these fucking
I'm just
tables?
gonna stand post guard here in the hallway.
Okay.
Barb's gonna hear you, see your suspicion. He's gonna be like, "Who's gonna pull out his rage finder?"
As you're
Rage
moving, as you guys are moving up, are you checking in on those 2 side rooms?
I will
Yes.
after the table debacle.
I was gonna say, yeah, I want to check out the tables first.
Okay, we'll do the table debacle first. By all means, give me a fuck it sense motive check.
The fun of these mess hall tables.
Or if you got something better to argue with,
Can I argue engineering?
I would engineering would make
Can
sense
it
to
be
me.
perception? Because I have the.
By all means, perception first.
The Barb is convinced the table.
I do have
Oh.
It didn't matter. So that's going to be for engineering, DM. That's going to be a 13.
Okay.
15 on sense motive.
15
Oh,
on sense
God.
motive.
That's a 7 on perception.
Dude, something's up with these tables.
Okay.
The DM did not tell us otherwise.
Okay, let's see. Let's work from highest to lowest. Glarb, you see 2 metal tables. But you're pretty sure that shadow doesn't look right.
The corner's particularly sharp of the table.
I'm watching.
John,
Yeah.
since you went engineering,
Yes.
you see 2 metal tables that are definitely not connected to anything else.
Something's up with these tables.
For you, Delilah, you went perception. You perceive absolutely nothing, which makes you more uncomfortable than you already were walking into this room. Because you
off about this, guys, and it seems more off.
and this is mostly based on the fact that you are usually really good at perceiving things. With the added bonus of keen senses and everything, not noticing anything makes you really unsettled.
Keep an eye on this room. These tables, we watch them.
Did you guys find anything on the tables? Any evidence?
No.
And in fact, there's a thin layer of dust on both of these tables, like they haven't fucking been used.
But what about lunchtime? When do they wake up?
What are these tables for? Stress.
Before these tables have a chance to rebel, we should check these rooms out. And I'll go to one of these rooms right
Okay.
here.
Nia and John, as you guys poke your heads in here, these are turbo lifts. You can see on the console that there's a setting for the floor that you're currently on and one other floor.
So it's like an elevator?
Yeah, sorry, turbo lift is the
Do they
Star
have
Trek
to,
term.
So are they do they have to be, they're both separate elevators,
Yes.
or they
Mhm.
both have to go at the same time?
They look like they're separate.
Okay. I'll say I moved in between them.
Yeah, if you guys want to annotate anything on here, feel free.
Yeah, after we
Especially because I doubt we're going to
I'm
finish
still
this today.
suspiciously looking at the table while seeing what they're
Put
up
things
to.
in the wrong places.
So if you want to mark, those are turbo lifts. Those 2. Yeah.
Lit.
This would be extraction chamber.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah. Medical bay.
You could have put squishy bit, probably. No, you don't have to.
Technically the drippy bit now.
Yeah.
You got acid dripping.
Yeah.
Medical bay.
Portal room.
Teleporter room.
Yeah.
And rejuvenation chamber.
Solid card.
To give a full description of the common room, as we've already gotten suspicious of it, you can make out that there are 2 large tables with some food storage along the walls. This seems to be where the crew of the ship will come to take breaks and fuel after their shifts. They can clearly see a door straight ahead. Sorry, I kind of ran out of room.
That's fine.
And hallways to the left and right. Looking down the hallways, you can see 2 doors, one on each side. So those are kind of like the wings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you want to go down the hallways, yeah. So you can see doors on either side. I don't think I hit it with the green because it's a little out of reach, but those are where those gaps are.
Oh, okay. Also, when I go over to the side of the room with Nia, I'll use my robotic strength and my leg to like kick the table across the room. If you don't mind.
Give me a... What is it? What's the strength-based one? Is that athletics?
Yeah.
I just wonder if they're bolted to the floor.
That's going to be 27.
Yes.
Oh wait, actually, sorry. 8 plus 14 is actually
22. So the table that you kick manages to collide with the other table as it screeches across the floor. So it wasn't bolted down. It's still metal, so like you can now see scratches along the floor
Oh, I thought they were wood.
of where the table kind of slid across the metal part of the room.
Okay, so those 2 middle tables were actually not wood.
No,
They
they
were
were
metal.
described several times actually.
Metal? Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
I just like feel like that changes the vibe. Sorry, like your shit. You
It changes the vibe for you.
She's like, oh, if they're not wood, they weren't suspicious. Metal changes everything.
still suspicious. But then being metal makes it even more so. Like, what's metal on a ship, guys?
Most of the ship.
I forget that we're in sci-fi.
That makes sense if you're not thinking about it in a sci-fi sense.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm not used to the sci-fi world. I'm sorry. Gosh. The transition. Oh, hello, Cookie.
Cookie, dude.
Hello, Chris.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
He's like, hi guys. I was just
He said,
outside.
I came in from outside just now.
I got to hi everybody.
Okay. Nia, as you're heading down the hallway there, what are you looking at?
We'll keep our head into this room towards the front.
The front?
Yeah, the opposite to the stuff we've already explored. First.
Perfect. Okay.
And I'm gonna also. We're not in combat, so I can move as far as I want.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to the opposite side. Are these 2 doors?
Yes.
I'm gonna like go right here and try to like sneakily peek through both of them, since I'm like right
Okay.
in between.
Yeah, I would say where you're positioned, both doors would open automatically, so you could kind of, and that would go for you as well, Nia. Nia, since you specifically wanted to look at the gunnery one, the room you're looking in is the gunnery room, and it has a console for a drone to operate out of, as well as ship weapon storage. So, like on one, I guess I could throw this up. There is, might run out of little pieces here. So there's a little console with a gray in front of it. So there's blocks right in front of it there. Yeah, and that's the same over on the opposite side. There's a Bolidia on that side, but essentially the same setup.
Ability is that type of
That's the
That's
roly.
the thing I have, right?
That's
Or
the that's like the roly-poly looking
Oh yeah.
insect.
What's the
and
thing
it's
I
still
have
an
called?
enemy, right?
The little...
Nyack.
Oh yes, thank you.
He is definitely not insectoid, but
Yeah. Sorry, I just got excited.
That's the flying guy that's on the ship, right?
no, the Nyack is a fucking like pterodactyl
It's like a pterodactyl
creature.
mushroom
He
creature.
tried to make friends with it first.
It's like my pet, I guess.
Yeah,
but my
John,
pet.
John has the option of bringing it on excursions if you'd like, but he hasn't really bonded with it.
So
Yeah,
that's
my
no,
pet
I don't think
handler.
that's there. I think that's over there.
No, they're both.
They're mirrored rooms.
They're mirrored rooms.
Oh,
Um,
so I'm seeing this.
Yes.
Okay.
Nia and Delilah, as you guys kind of look in those rooms, the creature inside will kind of glance at you and then look back at its controls.
Doesn't care about us.
Oh.
Delilah, as you look into that other room, you'll see that it is a shuttle pod that is currently empty. You'll notice that the living wall does not extend into it, likely to allow for it to detach without injuring the hive mind. It also appears to be able to fit about 4 individuals comfortably, but could likely get double that if everyone crams together.
So this will take you like
Yeah,
anywhere.
it's like an escape pod.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sci-fi wise, you would think of this as like a separate ship that
Like a
detaches from the
Wall-E.
main pod.
Yeah, and you hit the button and you like
Yeah.
poop off of the ship.
Yeah, it's in Wall-E.
That's
the
exact
only
description I was going to use.
So this is also
Yeah, so there's
pod?
2 shuttle pods.
okay.
So 2 shuttle pods, 2 gunnery rooms. There's technically
So-
one room that I don't have marked that's straight ahead, kind of where John's at.
I don't know how this telepathic message thing works, but I'm gonna essentially tell everybody like, okay, this is our escape if we need it.
Okay. Before you cast it, telepathic message can be intercepted by enemy units.
Oh.
They have to roll to pass the check, but it's basically an open channel that you're sending out.
Ooh.
So
I signal because we can see each other. Can we assume that maybe her and I? Can
Yeah,
see
I
each
mean,
other?
it's what? 80
Uh,
feet at most?
If that, maybe.
So I'm like gonna
65,
try and signal to her in
75.
some way to like, tell everyone else.
Can I open a
You
channel
can.
code?
Yours is
Yeah,
private.
yours is different than what I would do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That can be
It's just one way.
okay. Once Nia moves close enough to reach her, I think, because hers is within 30 feet.
So if she opens the channel, can I reply? No, okay, a one way you just said, sorry.
But,
No, you're good.
Nia is gonna say to you, did you see a shuttle pod on your side and kind of like look for a nod or a
Mhm.
response?
Yeah.
And then she'll kind of separately connect to Glarb and John. Hey guys, there's shuttle pods. There's 2 of them that can at least fit 4 if they're the same size on both sides.
Perfect.
We have a way out.
Okay, great.
We'll have enough room for us and enough room for T's ego in the other.
Oh my god.
My fucking god. Okay.
I have a bucket, I picture, or a barrel, I picture like a metal crate that like has a cool Sci-Fi box.
Dead center,
Uh-huh.
there's a door right there that goes further up. If it becomes relevant, I'll redraw to include the front here, but
So
we can use theater of the mind for it otherwise.
I am curious about the lift. I would imagine the more secure spots are not going to be around where the most populated parts of the ship would be accessed, much like the shuttle pod and the rejuvenation bay and medical bay. So we should go back maybe to a different floor. I really want to find what powers this baby.
Did you want to check the last room up here? And also, Nia or Delilah, did you guys want to look at anything in either of those rooms more specifically? So you can see consoles in the gunnery rooms.
Well, they clearly don't care. They saw us and they don't care. So, you're just saying this room, there's consoles?
Where the Bolidia is.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
sure.
a gunnery room, okay.
Yeah, but
I'll
both
check
sides.
it out because I saw that he spotted me and didn't seem to care.
Okay.
So I'll go in there, and I'll try. I won't like click anything or like make it obvious that I'm snooping
okay.
per se, because I don't want to draw more alarm. But I just want to see what's up in there.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Oh shoot. Okay. 15.
Perfect. As you're looking over the shoulder of this Bolidia, you can see that the ship is in orbit with the OMAG currently in sight, with the weapons currently locked on.
No shit.
You get the idea that the hive mind can engage on the OMAG at any
What's
point,
No shit.
What is
No.
OMAG?
That's our shit.
That's our ship.
Oh. Oh.
but may need to drop its cloak in order to do so.
Can you repeat that now that I know what OMAG means? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you can see that the ship is in orbit with the OMAG in sight, with the weapons currently locked onto it. The party, or you specifically, since you're the one doing the check, gets the idea that the hive mind can engage on the OMAG at any point, but may need to drop its cloak to do so.
So it's like invisible right now.
Then a question.
Uh-huh.
You said nobody had ever tried to make contact with our living ship prior. Is that possible to do from here? And if so, like, how would we achieve that?
I was going to say, there's a lot of questions that involve...
Can I send a
Is that
DM
allowed?
to Agnes?
Can you? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
You up?
That is a very, that is a lot of open-ended questions.
Yeah.
I should ask that differently.
Because it's one of those, me trying to think through what abilities you guys currently have.
Oh, I see.
Can
It's not within 30 feet. Or
Is-
it is.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
definitely
something
not
that's
within 30 feet.
is it something a skill check can accomplish? Because I like the way you're thinking.
Ooh.
Like,
Give me a... Whoever would like, if you're also trying to go down this train of thought. We could say at this point Delilah has filled in. You guys all
we
group
can
back
go-
up
oh,
and
yeah.
We
whispering.
can go back to the tables.
Yeah, the sketchy ass tables.
Yeah, they're sketchy and they're metal.
As Delilah has filled you in, if you feel the need, you can give me a physical science check on
Oh,
how to potentially relay information.
I might be good at those. Let me check real quick. Physical science. Physical science.
Oh, I'm good at those, I guess.
I was gonna say,
I have
I
a
think
plus
everybody in the party is decent at them.
I'll roll one for the hell of it.
Because I think,
Ooh.
because I think
11. Plus 7.
Sparks is good at them too. Technomancers are inherently good at them.
Except if you're Riley.
Oh,
She just rolled a
Jeez.
2.
but I have a +9, so
So it's still 11.
Dirty 20.
30, 20. Okay.
21.
21.
16 for Nia.
Okay. Nia, the first thing that kind of comes to mind for you, one, you haven't been on the OMAG long enough. I guess I should start. Delilah, you've never interacted with the OMAG, so this would be news to you that it's a living creature in the first place. So as you guys were kind of filling in and the idea of communing with it, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, also, she did come into the party, halfway through this dungeon, so she doesn't know what the fuck the OMAG even
Yeah,
is.
yeah, exactly.
She's like, oh, I noticed that they're locked in the ship, and she, kind of puts it together that,
She's like, there's
oh.
this cool looking, crystal
Yeah.
ship in the orbit.
She kind of puts it together that it's maybe the party ship, but, she doesn't know.
Right.
Why would she know?
Nia, for you, you're not sure that the communication chain is open with the OMAC currently, since no attempt to commune with the ship has happened before. Glarb and John, for you, the first thing that comes to mind is maybe trying to get a hold of the communications table on the command deck and trying to send a message that way. Although, as you've experienced so far, that obviously has some risk associated with if there's any creatures currently in the command deck that would not take kindly to you messing with their equipment.
Right. A part of me really feels like we gotta do something about these guns that are locked on the OMAG. But at the same time, I am worried that if we do that, it will be taken as an act of aggression by the ship.
We're gonna disable the guns. We have to disable the whole ship in one go. Sounds like.
It all comes back to how this fucking ship is powered. Alright, yeah. I mean, we have decent shields on our ship. and may be able to hold up for some time. We should keep looking.
What do you guys think?
Again, Delilah doesn't really, like, at this point, she has definitely put together that it's the ship, but, she tries really hard to remain in the mentality that, like, as long as we don't do anything to disrupt these guys, we can keep looking. So, as much as I hate to keep the ship at risk, I definitely don't want to, like, move the weapons or, like, do anything to make the two guys would dare attack us, because then the whole ship's gonna be on us, I feel like. So, we, unfortunately, I think we just have to leave it for now until, once we figure out, look at everything, we can decide what's top priority of, like, what to do as far as action goes.
So, please throw.
I think our flying space crystal we'll take a shot or two. So I think we kill this thing that's talking in my head. I think y'all see it too. So I think I'm crazy as fuck. We kill this thing. Then I don't gotta worry about them shooting at the ship.
I'm not sure what you mean by voice in the head. You should talk to a professional about that. But with that being said,
Give him a side eye.
this is just a sort of a wild hair idea, but what if we do truly have to make some sort of escape with the shuttle pod, we fuck up one of the shuttle pods so that when we escape, no one else is getting off this ship if we blow it up?
Or we just take both of them.
That too. I like the idea of tampering with things, but yes, you do have a point.
Either way, we make it so they can't get off the ship. I agree.
Well, shall we take a lift?
I think so. Have we, like, I guess, like, as we're heading to the lift, I'm gonna do, like, a final perception check to make sure we didn't, like, miss anything.
There was the one room up
Other
front.
than this door up front,
Oh.
I guess we can go in there.
Wait, I was gonna say, just before we go up, Nia's gonna poke her head in just to see what's there.
Okay. As you poke your head in, Nia, you will see a standard command deck with a science officer, a pilot, and a magic officer. So it's kind of set up with left-hand side, there's a science officer with a Thray, and directly in front of you is a piloting chair with a Bolidia,
Okay.
and off to the right-hand side is a magic officer console with a Lashunta currently sitting in it.
Magic and what is over here again?
Magic officer,
And
so
what's on the other side?
science officer. So
It's like
this
the-
comes to Starship Combat, which unfortunately we haven't had
there's like-
because
this
we've
is
been
the
in the middle of a
command
dungeon
deck,
crawl.
or
But
whatever.
yeah, so think of this as like on the OMAG, how you guys have your station set up. It looks similar.
Yeah.
As you take in the room, you'll hear Agnes' voice coming from a transmission on the science officer
No
consoles.
shit.
This is Agnes aboard the OMAG, trying to reach the Revengers. Our last report shows that the swarm control on the planet was neutralized, and the advanced force teleported to the enemy vessel. Revengers, if you can hear us, please respond. After a brief pause, the message will repeat.
Are the Revengers the people on the ship
That's us.
We are the
Nia, please give me a perception check.
Come on, Nia. Nia, Automapia.
That's a 5.
Total?
Total.
Jeez. I would say the voice of Agnes kind of catches you off guard, so you're unable to catch anything else on the console. So you kind of direct your attention towards the science officer station and miss anything going on with the other stations.
I mean,
The question is whether or not anybody else moves up.
Yeah. I will be right. I'll just say, like, I was curious enough to be right behind you
Okay.
the whole time.
Go ahead and give me a perception check as well.
Come on, keen senses.
10. 5 plus 5.
Once again, you're kind of You're not sure who the fuck Agnes is?
Yeah, no, like, I'm the worst person to try and help sort this out.
So you're kind of like looking over at the science officer, like,
No,
and you're like
hold on.
looking at
I
Nia.
have caught on that Agnes is at least his girlfriend. He has mentioned it at least 3 times. I
Wasn't that carved in his arm?
Yes.
No, he did a paint job over it, so.
Yeah. I got buffed out.
Yeah, I have caught on as, like, because I thought, like, who's Agnes? Because, like, at some point, even just in this part game, I was like, isn't Agnes, like, your girlfriend? Isn't she the ship? So I kind of have pieced that together, not fully. So I do know that. A little.
But you're kind of like
You're
looking at
still
Nia,
rolling
like, what the fuck is going on?
I assume as the door opens, there's a door noise and such with the ship. Do the officers seem to notice us?
They do the same thing that the gunnery sort of stations did, where they kind of look at you, and then they go back to what they're doing. So if you would like to move further into the room, as far as you can tell, you have full reign.
I think
I'll follow you if you want to go.
as long as I have a buddy.
Yeah.
Do I still have line of sight on them, or will I need to stand in the doorway?
Unless you went into the turbo lift, both you and Glarb should have eyesight.
Okay.
Sorry, I guess I didn't mean to poo-poo on the lift idea.
No.
If the ship's trying to talk to us.
No, I legit forgot that door existed. So I'm glad.
That's why I did a final perception check, and then DM told me. DM,
Because
sorry.
Mia has
Same
she
side.
didn't pick up all of it, but the voices. She's like, I imagine. So yeah, she's gonna continue and get closer to it.
Okay.
In hopes of hearing
Which, is there a specific station you're going up to?
you said the science
There's a science officer, a pilot, and a magic officer. The science officer is where the recordings are coming from.
That's where she'd be headed.
Okay.
Towards the science
Oh,
officer.
do I have... Hold on, I might have something invisible. Hold on, sorry. I may not. I may not, so let's not get too excited yet.
Visible.
I don't. Sorry.
Okay.
It was worth a check.
Okay. Moving up to the science officer. Give me another perception check.
You can do this. Mia.
Delilah, are you moving to the same area, or are you moving to any of the other consoles?
No, I'm following her for moral. I don't really know 100% what's going on. I'm like 50% sure. So I'm just following Mia
Okay.
in
For moral support?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me another perception roll. Perception roll straight.
Perception stole.
Without my add-ons? Is that what you're saying was straight?
No, what I meant
Oh.
is there might have been a potential for an advantage.
Oh, so, okay, I get it. 13.
Nice.
Dirty 20?
No. I bumped the dice and it flipped it to a 20.
Oh.
That's all. That's a 15.
Well, we're breaking even, so we'll call it good. Nia, as you're making your way over to the science officer chair, you catch out of the corner of your eye something that kind of calls your attention to the piloting console. And as you look over there, you can clearly see that there's a star map up that shows the Pact Worlds and Swarm vessel locations.
Oh, no shit.
You can see
No shit.
that every planet has at least 3 vessels in orbit, and
No
there's a
shit.
multitude of them scattered in the Dysphoria, which is like the asteroid belt.
Oh my god.
Is there... Oh gosh, I don't know.
It's worse than we thought it
Can I
was.
take a picture of this somehow? Is that an option?
Yeah, like, is there a screenshot option?
I don't know if that's like a thing. Definitely
Unless you guys have some features, what I could say is
If only pens and
Does
paper
he?
existed.
Yeah.
Does John have like a picture feature with?
John might have it because he has a spell saved in his memory banks, but currently John's sitting over by the turbo lift.
No. I'm gonna very quietly whisper to her because I know what she's looking at. I follow her eyesight and say, "Let's see if John can take a picture. Send him a message."
She's gonna attempt to reach John, but I think he might be too far away if he's still at the lift.
Oh no, sure, I'll get them bored. Start to blow.
He's gonna look over the, kind of like patting the table, like,
Yeah, like inspecting the shadows.
Like,
that
what
we
the
pointed
fuck are
out.
you guys doing?
shadow was off.
Lord hasn't moved. He hasn't left. His eyes haven't left that shadowy corner. It's suspicious.
I'm using my rangefinder to measure the length of the table.
John, it's Mia.
About 3 and
I have a map of the
What?
Pact Worlds in front of me that has swarm locations. I need you to come look at it so we can store it for later.
Yeah, okay.
Which she doesn't hear.
Hello?
Wait.
I'm gonna wait like.
So Glarb, you hear? Yeah, okay.
And I'm hearing voices.
I feel like this may be different. I'll make my way into the command deck here and approach. Why no reply? I think what people say is you may have left me on red.
I can't explain right now. Take a picture of this.
Yeah, okay. And I'll just kind of do a little.
Okay, let me see.
Can I spit a Polaroid out of my chest?
Yes.
Perfect, seriously. Yeah.
What I want from you is either perception or physical science to see how well this picture turns out.
Okay, I think
Since taking a picture is a made-up bullshit for your character.
Is like assisting part of the thing in this world? Like, could I give him advantage by helping?
If you can describe how you're helping him.
I'm gonna I don't know. I guess as he's approaching, he obviously seems a little confused, so I'm gonna point.
Yeah,
and,
position
like-
me
Good
in.
position
and,
so the
use
lighting
my-
of the screen's cracked.
binoculars with my fingers and like this. Is where.
Cupping fingers over his eyes.
14, 16 plus 8, 24.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be on like that old ass computer paperwork where it's got like this strips that you have to tear off the sides.
Yeah, like an old school seismograph machine sort of deal.
It's not in color, but it prints out and it's got like a complete replication of what the photo is.
Sorry, I need to get more cyan and magenta.
It works.
Well, okay, because he says that, there's like little yellow spots.
yeah.
There's like one fucking purple streak down the
Yeah,
sides.
down the side of it. Yeah.
It works. We have record of this.
I will put this where it is safe, and I'll just kind of like open up a chest part cavity myself and just sort of slide it down.
Perfect.
I was thinking it was going to turn into like a digital capture. No, we did a Polaroid.
Also, as she says that, I say, make note. Maybe keep a digital capture just in case.
Physical media is very, very important, and I'll exit the room.
John is definitely into analog.
Fear will ring back in his mind one more time. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Anytime, I'm glad I could help.
Still talking to yourself, John.
Yeah,
Lark,
she can't hear you.
maybe we should flip these tables over.
If you'd like to, by all means, give me a strength check.
Oh, yeah, we're both on either ends, just grabbing them.
Yeah, you said you had another Medusa grenade, right?
You like it too, guys. We hear that, and I whisper to you, tell them no. Tell them no. And we telepathically tell them no.
No grenades, not yet. Give us 10 more minutes.
I know you're new-ish, but hey, I'm only joking, and I'll give you a robotic wing.
As he kicks the table.
Now 1 for 4.
Oh, I rolled a 25.
Since John's rolled so well, you'll see John
I
kick
have
the
high
table,
rolls.
and it fucking flips over end and lands on the table that you went to kick. So instead, you have double the weight, and you just kick straight into it, and like it doesn't budge at all.
I really wish I would have gotten that on camera.
I knew that table I used for some reason.
Well, before you have enough time to feel shame from that injury, we should go check out the lift.
It goes down from Delilah. Oh yeah, there was a lift.
And one more time, I'll do a quick percentage check through and to make sure we didn't miss anything in this room before we leave.
Oh, the second half of that message. Were we able to hear it?
It wasn't a second half. It paused and then repeated the same message.
Oh, okay. I thought there was additional information.
So basically, while you guys were up in the command deck, it was on loop.
I see.
And what did it say again?
It was just that Agnes reaching out, telling us.
She's trying to get in touch with the group because they have had zero contact since you guys went through the portal.
Okay, so if there's nothing I can find in this room, once I get back out to the lifts, I will talk to... Because I've at least caught on that Agnes is his girlfriend. I don't 100% know that it's a ship. I'm like 50, 25, I don't know, somewhere in between there, sure. So I asked him, like, I feel like your girlfriend's, like, trying to get a hold of you. What's going on?
I think maybe Agnes may be concerned that there are, Yeah.
Yes, as long as there's nothing else.
That, there seems to be, why can I not think of a swarm ship locked onto her and wants us to do something about it, more or less. I don't know. She does talk a lot.
I literally give him such a side eye, and I'm like, is there any way you can tell her we're working on it so she doesn't have to be stressed?
Well, the only thing I'm concerned about is any message we send out will more than likely be intercepted by the swarm.
And she's too far away for you to hear.
Yes, and so I'm concerned that if we make an attempt to reach out, on the other hand, the swarm, I imagine, doesn't think we are just nincompoops, so the fact that we are here, they may assume we're here to stop them, which they confidently think that we can't. So maybe it doesn't matter if we reach out to the ship after all.
In theory, we could reach out via the escape pod afterwards if it has the features to do so.
Yeah, and in the end, we want to make it back to Agnes for sure. I just hate that she's worried.
It's okay, I will keep her safe.
And with that, I'll leave it at that. I don't know much.
John and Nia, one tidbit I forgot to mention. While you guys were up in the command deck and you could see the ship on that sort of display, you would have noticed that the OMAG is surprisingly larger than when you guys left it.
Oh, no shit, it grew up now a little bit?
What's the OMAG?
Our ship.
Oh.
It's another reminder that your ship is also a living creature that grows as well.
Our Charmander became a Charmeleon.
Oh! I'm too far away to send a telepathic Oh, can they intercept that? Is that the whole reason why they use it?
Yeah.
So to kind of put it in perspective is like when we're talking like starship combat, when those hexes are like the size of gargantuan ships. So this is noticeably in the distance, so probably 10 plus hexes, which are gargantuan ships, which are like 10 times a gargantuan creature, so like well beyond any sort of like you personally using ability sort of thing. That's why ship combat and like your guys'
like trillions, basically.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say it's like hundreds of miles between. It's for ship combat within striking distance, but for you guys as far as doing things, not really feasible.
Right. Right.
Okay. Unless we kill the pilot to talk to her. Which is an option later.
It's not off the table yet.
Yes, we will come back to that.
To the left.
Okay.
Wait, this Right? That was it. That was all, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm glad I've instilled this level of fear.
No, it's my husband over here.
boss fight. Found that there was a whole
Oh no! Dude, it's because
I mean, I
of this.
jokingly said there was another boss fight last session, but I wasn't really joking.
When the lift comes and we all try to get on,
Mhm.
I'll say, I've never really been on a swarm ship, but much like this lift, it's had its ups and downs.
Nice.
Thank you.
He kind of sits there trying not to chortle, but
And it looks like we're all going for the same elevator, but just in case, Delilah points out, we should all go in the same one for safety.
Yeah, it's for safety.
You guys don't run into any issues with the lift going down. As you come out,
Oh, going down. I imagine going up.
Yeah, same.
Interesting.
what did you think? Down to the reactor.
You got down?
Oh yeah.
Dude, what'd you think?
If you went up, it'd look because like the layout of the ship, like if this is
it's
the
command deck.
command deck.
Oh
at the
yeah,
top,
down. That
The
makes
ship
sense.
being up versus down, I think down makes.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
cargo-ish.
That makes sense.
Yeah, not wrong, you're not
This is
wrong.
kind of like Boba Fett's ship.
Yeah, it's
Kinda
like
inverse.
that's sort of like weird
Yeah.
Yeah.
robot-looking face bullshit kind of shit.
But I guess the command deck still kind of ends up on top of it. Anyways.
Semantics.
Semantics.
As the lift comes down to the level below, I'm not going to redraw the map because I don't think we're going to go much further tonight since it's after 11. But as you look towards the front of the ship, you'll see a cargo hold, which is a large open area. There's seating around the edge that appears to be for drone seating when not actively engaged in an invasion force. At the moment, it is empty, implying that all but the bare minimum to operate the ship has been sent to the surface.
So there's just a skeleton crew right here right now.
As you turn your attention to the opposite direction, you'll see a door leading to one final room.
I think that's our reactor.
Is there any way for me? I don't know what type of check it would be, but I want to find out why we have a skeleton crew. Are they busy off on their mission?
Yeah, they're trying to take over a planet right now.
Yeah, give me, if you'd like, a life science or a sense motive.
Does
check.
culture work potentially?
Yeah, I could see the argument for culture.
My life science doesn't fill out for some reason.
Life science is probably a trained skill. Does it have a little T next to it?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to put a point into it to be able to roll life science.
Okay, what was the other option then?
Sense motive or culture is what John was arguing.
I'll go with, I'm pretty sure culture. Yeah, culture is
Okay.
plus, so I'll go with culture. $19.
So from your time living on the streets and seeing kind of like different people in power kind of pass through, I'm going to build part of your back history as we're sitting here. We're going to say that where you grew up, it wasn't uncommon for new people to come into power. And one of the common themes was if they felt like they could take over, they would only leave a minimal amount of their personnel behind. The main invasion force would go forth and conquer, and then they would kind of move forward.
Like in Risk, they only leave one platoon behind.
Right, so the concept is there's never really... They're so confident in that they're going to succeed, there's never a concern that someone's going to make it to this part. So there's no reason to defend this far back.
So they're basically out conquering something.
Yeah, more or less.
So, meta-wise at this point, you guys went to the deepest part of their control on Castrovel and shut it down, and now come back to their last holdout. So, like, if you're playing Risk, you kind of circumvented backwards to the back part of their sort of attack force, and then you're going for the king.
Because they pushed all north and you've gone south.
Yeah, so they had all these forces out protecting the perimeter, we circumvented those, and you popped up in the back. The difference between
where we want to be.
the difference between Risk is when you took out this one, it killed all the troops further out.
Wow. So I'm gonna point that out to the group and say, like, I don't know what the best decision here is, but it seems to me that they are out conquering another planet, which is another issue to be resolved. But the people who are here on the ship are the only people we will have to fight at the moment if we decide to take it over.
I think that's all the more reason to blow this shit sky high.
How many grenades do you have?
Probably not enough.
I got one more jellyfish
Oh,
grenade.
one more.
And one more hollow grenade. And whatever's in these pockets.
Oh yeah.
Whatever is in these buckets.
Well, we will have to see what we can do, I guess, but 2 is not enough to blow up the whole ship, so whatever T is holding.
In theory.
Well,
But, like, even still, though, like,
Even
like,
if we find the power
how
source.
many guys have we found so far? At least 3,
4
4.
now.
Well, 3
5.
here,
Oh, and then these
and I
generates.
think 3 in here, so 6
6 total, yeah.
It will be rough, but I feel like we can take on 6.
Let's not get too far
I
ahead
know,
of ourselves.
no. We need to recalibrate for sure now that we know this information, especially if there's more places for us to go. But if we can draw all these 6 to one place and take them all out, and that's all that's here potentially,
If
then what does that mean?
this is the hive that we're dealing with ultimately, if we can figure out what's holding this ship together, wherever that other presence is sourced, likely at the heart of this ship, where the power source is contained,
Yes.
it will disconnect everything else,
Yes.
in theory. So, I think we kill 2 birds with 1 stone with whatever's behind the story.
Yes, we're gonna give indigestion to this ship.
Yeah, so like essentially we'll keep looking around and see how many people we have to kill them all, and then do the thing, and then
Galar's
I don't-
nodding his
I
head.
don't think we need to kill them first is the thing.
That's true.
If
That's
we kill
true.
them first,
It
before
might
we-
draw more attention. Yeah. So then we do the thing first, and then we find them all and kill them. Yes. And then hopefully, I'm sure at that point signals will have been given.
I
But
think it will be too late.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully by that point it'll be too late because we've killed the main hive, we've killed the people communicating, and then we've moved away. But what do we do about Agnes?
Agnes is her name.
That's where we'll rendezvous afterwards once we leave.
Yeah, we'll blow up this ship and quickly leave and go back to Agnes. You call to your girlfriend, let her
Yes.
know to be on standby.
Yes.
Alright, good plan.
Let's bring it in. On 3, Revengers. 1, 2, 3, Revengers.
Like revenge.
Sorry, I wasn't sure, like...
Are you guys
Yeah,
poking
we-
your head in the door?
Yeah, that last door for sure.
Okay.
Final room.
As you guys enter into the room, you'll see a massive engine along the back wall that looks similar to their engine core and design, but this one's interior is black like a black hole.
Ooh.
Merged with the engine and spreading out to nearby walls is a swarm creature of massive size.
Oh, shit. Okay. It's not another Hercules bug, is it?
No, more fun.
Oh no.
Oh my
no!
god!
Is a centipede?
The creature's torso comes out of the engine, leaving just the
Out
weight,
of the engine?
leaving just the waist up of actual distinct creature.
Dude, that's like the most Final Fantasy boss I've ever heard of.
The part that is clearly the hive mind is similar to a centipede with lots of legs and an unsettling large maw. There are some
God.
engineering consoles in front of the room with a lone Formian at the controls. I'm glad that you finally can join me.
Oh, this is the ship!
It's not often that I get to see anything other than drones face to face. The door behind you will close abruptly, and you'll hear a lock go into place.
What
Oh!
room is this?
The engine room.
The engine room.
Before we begin, are there any of you that wish to submit willingly and become a useful member of the swarm?
You can suck on the end
Yeah,
of
stop
my
that,
rifle.
dude.
And I'll just like pull up my rifle.
With all due respect, you can taste the void.
I bring offerings as he holds up his grenade.
Yeah, I was gonna say throw a grenade.
And
Where's
that's-
the engine room? Do we go down the
Yeah,
lift? into
yeah,
the
yeah. He needs to redraw the map for
Okay,
the floor
okay.
below.
And that's where we'll end
Ah!
tonight's session.